Welcome to the show that talks about Tulsa. People making a difference in the Tulsa community. Special guest interviews spotlighting local businesses to covering important issues within the community no one else is talking about. The hot topics and more. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use with your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper and Miss Damali Wilson.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to World One Development's News You Can Use. We want to thank everyone for either listening on the radio, watching us on Facebook Live, or on www.KBOB899.com, or tuning in to any of the News You Can Use media networks, which are powered by World One Development. We really appreciate that. I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Damali Wilson.
And I'm Charles Harper. It's Wednesday, a.k.a. Hump Day, June 18th, 2025. And we are live every Wednesday at 1 p.m. right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development. We are set for an exciting show, you guys. You better call your mom and them and tell them. You can dial in at 918-856-3873 or post your comments on our Facebook Live feed at World One Development.
So on today's show, we're talking relationships. What do women really think? What do men really think? We have special guests in here, Rodney Rue Tisdale and Jolie Ferdue, that are going to help us out today.
Right, and I have no idea what they're going to say. So we're going to talk about personal and professional relationships between males and females. We'll get our guests' opinion as well as their thoughts.
And of course, our Hump Day Hot Topics, which are Morris Brown College is engaging with displaced Job Corps students. Find out how. And TransUnion credit reporting could owe you some money. Find out why. Birthdays and more.
This is News You Can Use right here on KBOB 89.9 FM and simulcast on the News You Can Use Media Network, powered by World One Development. We're going to take a real quick break, put on our seatbelts, grab our water. And we're going to be right back in a moment.
Agua.
Looking to take your event to the next level with professionalism and energy? At World One Development, we host events, have radio personalities, offer community engagement and videography. We also do live radio remotes, red carpet appearances, create promos, event recaps, drops, and flyers. We also create customized advertising packages to promote your business, organization, or program. Visit our website at worldonedevelopment.com. You can also reach us on social media at World One Development.
Sound familiar? Well, guess what? Sounds like you need the Last Stop Shop. The only name you need to know. The Last Stop Shop. Tulsa area's #1 mobile mechanic service. And they come to you. They get you running or stopping again. From brakes to starters, alternators, generators, RV, even welding repair. They also do mobile fleet maintenance and mobile oil changes. Like I told you, this will be the last stop you ever make. Call the Last Stop Shop. Tulsa area's #1 mobile mechanic service at 918-405-3970. That's 918-405-3970, and they'll have you back up and running in no time. Mention you heard this ad on KBOB 89.9 and receive 10% off your first service. Who you gonna call? The Last Stop Shop. Tulsa area's #1 mobile mechanic service. That number again is 918-405-3970. Oh, yes, it's bingo night. Bingo! And the money right. Bingo. It's bingo night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. Every first and third Tuesday, which starting February 4th, it's bingo night at 36th Street North Event Center. Bingo night. Bingo nights at 36th Street North Event Center. Every first and third Tuesday, with lots of cash and prizes to be given away. Doors will open at 6 p.m. and sessions start at 7 and 8 p.m. Game packs starting at only $25. And you could win big. 36th Street North Event Center, 1125 East 36th Street North. Bingo nights. So grab your auntie and uncles and enjoy bingo nights at the 36th Street North Event Center. Concessions and refreshments will be available. And bingo nights at 36th Street North can be enjoyed in a smoke-free environment. Bingo night every first and third Tuesday starting February 4th at 36th Street North Event Center. For more information, call 918-200-9046. Bingo Nights is presented by the 36th Street North Event Center and NYCU.FM. Cash and prizes are based on minimum attendance requirements. requirements.
EduRec is the place where education and recreation meets. At EduRec, we have a host of programs such as spring break camp, summer camp, and after school. We also have Black History Saturdays. It's located at 5424 North Madison Avenue. To donate, sponsor, or volunteer for any of our programs at EduRec, go to edurectulsa.com. Call EduRec today at 918-430-3947. And you can also visit us on any of our social media platforms at EduRec Tulsa. EduRec Tulsa, where education and recreation meet.
KBOB 9.9 FM, World One Development News You Can Use. Charles and Damali, and
we are back. So News You Can Use is all about shedding some light on the positive happenings in our community. There are many great businesses, programs, and events occurring in our neighborhood, and we felt the community needed to hear about those things, one, so we can support, and two, so we can be informed.
What's going on, family? I'm Charles Harper, Chief Executive Officer of World One Development, which includes fitting back in EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, 36th Street North Event Center, and NYCU.FM. My job, because the world wants to know, is to provide leadership for all aspects of World One Development, with the emphasis on long-term goals, growth, profits, and a return on that investment. And I am so excited and elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
And I'm Damali Wilson, Chief Operating Officer for World One Development. And my job is designing and implementing business operations and establishing policies that promote company culture and vision. I am also in charge of social media for all of the World One Development entities. If you would like to advertise your business or organization on this show or any of our other individual platforms, please inbox me your contact information on Facebook Messenger so we can talk. I am also happy and elated to be one of the creators of this phenomenal show.
Damali, what's up? It's Hump Day.
It is Hump Day. Nothing much. You know, kind of excited that it is not raining at this moment in time.
Whoa, but it got kind of rough last night, though.
Oh, it did. It did. You know, blowing stuff off of, you know, I saw the movie cinema over at Promenade. Part of the wall blew off. I'm like, what in the world?
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. We woke up this morning. It was like, who trash can is who? Because the wind blew trash can, dogs, puppy cats,
right,
all over the neighborhood. So we sorted that out for a couple hours. But other than that, hey, today's a good day. About 85
Today
degrees.
Is a good day.
People out, and the vibes in Tulsa right now. Yeah. Is good.
You know what? But there's still storm chances. So I'm gonna tell all of y'all out there listening to my voice, if you were in Tulsa, Oklahoma, actually in Oklahoma, period, we got some unstable weather that's kind of popping off today. But tomorrow's gonna be nice.
I think tomorrow on for the next 4 or 5 days. So that's what they say.
That's what they say.
We're gonna see.
It's gonna be amazing.
What you been up to?
You know what? Shout out to everyone who pulled up on Saturday. Over at Hawthorne Park. You know, we were supposed to have the festival, the Northside Neighbors Festival, but it did not happen because of the rain. However, not to fear, Sugar Bears was there. Sugar Bears fed the whole neighborhood, first responders. I mean, we was all up there eating. It was amazing. My kids pulled up, my sister pulled up. Hey, it was on.
I know every time I looked on Facebook, all I seen was a double meat cheeseburger with grease running down people's forearm, smiling, saying, "Mama, I made it." You know, I'm like, what is Sugar Bears doing over there?
We had the best time. You hear me? We had about a 45-minute window, and we were out there kicking it. We had a good old time.
So shout out to man Brandon and Kelsey and Reggie Ivy. You know, Tangela and all of them and their team, because you always got to pivot sometime in the community. Man. So they was able to still deliver something that was good. Now, it's going to be a makeup day. Yeah, we're gonna do the rest of that stuff. Molly pulled up. She had on a raincoat and all. You couldn't even see her. All you see her hand and say, "Can I please have a piece of burger?" I'm like, what is that? But anyway, you know, Damali gonna pull up to make it good. So
I did pull up.
It will be rescheduled.
Yes, it is going to be rescheduled. So stay tuned. We're gonna get that new date for you, and then we'll be out there again. We're gonna run it back. So another thing that we did this weekend on Saturday night is we went to Tulsa Oilers versus the San Antonio Gunslingers arena football. Let me tell y'all something. I was sleeping. We went to a game. We got tickets and went to a game last month, I think it was. And it was amazing. Right. So when we got the opportunity again, I'm like, I'm in that thing. Oh, we had a blast. And of course, Tulsa won. So that made it even better. Like, okay, come on, let's do this. So it was really fun. We had a good time. It was
really good. Yeah. So I'm just going to say, if you have not checked out an arena game, because people are always like, man, we don't have nothing to do. An arena football game, if you don't know, it is so hyped, so much fun, and it's a good vibe, good energy, and these young players be getting it on. It's hype. So at the BOK Center, check the schedule for the Tulsa Oilers. It be going down.
Yes, going down. Going down.
The B is not the BOK Center no more? No, that's the BOK. What you
I
know?
don't know.
A deal done went down overnight. Breaking news.
Right.
A deal has gone down overnight.
Listen.
And we gonna keep you informed.
Michael Brewer said, thanks to Molly Wilson for bringing me a burger at Brahms. So we did an exchange.
I wasn't gonna say that.
He wanted a burger, even though he works at a burger place, but it ain't like Sugar Bear. And I wanted a strawberry shake.
It didn't happen like that. No, it didn't happen like that. The Molly was out there like she was a neighborhood back in the day drug dealer. Not but today. And she was like, you get a burger and you get a burger and you get a burger and you. I'm like, she act like she done grill these burgers and passing them out. You know, so now she's everybody's favorite auntie in the city. And it's all good, y'all.
Yes.
She riding and throwing them out the sunroof, throwing them. I'm like, girl, you better get out of here. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes. So Michael got his burger, so he was happy. And I was happy about that shake. That shake was amazing. I'm telling y'all.
I'm gonna start listening to. Hey, happy belated Father's Day to everybody.
Yes.
Too. Sunday was Father's Day.
It was.
So hopefully everybody took care of the fathers that was in their home. Got them a big steak and some potatoes. Took them out somewhere.
Did something.
Rub their feet something.
Yes.
Did something for them. So
we had a great time with it was Solar Sunday. We did that with Corey D. And so Charles and Corey, of course, have children. And so it was a surprise that we had their children come in and had them to tell different stories about their dads and, you know, things they liked and disliked about their dad. Charles was so surprised. It was so funny. So you got to see my live. No, he didn't. You know, he
on the inside.
You know.
On the inside.
Yeah.
That tear fall down right there. You hit your chest. When brothers do this, they barely making it. Yeah, they finna. That's what we do. But shout out to my daughter Glory and to Corey II.
Yes,
they came, and I don't know if you know what it feels like when your kids surprise you. And we're gonna talk about how they feel about you. Get into real world stuff, and you have no idea what they're gonna say, and you gotta hope you.
You sitting there looking like, what you gonna say?
When they ask the question like, "What do you really think about your daddy?"
You're like,
But anyway, it was cool though. So happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers out there, because hey, we need these dads, y'all.
We sure do. What did I tell y'all? My thunder is still up in this thing.
They sure
okay,
still
up in this thing. Okay, come on,
they came through, but they scared me.
They scared you.
Be real with y'all. It hasn't been a game that I just knew for a fact they was gonna win.
Right.
It's like you got to take your blood pressure medication. You know what I'm talking about? You got to have your friends with you.
Right. Check your pacemaker.
Catch it. Like at church, when the people catch you, got to have some catches at your house. We could be up by 20 in the third quarter, and you look up by one.
Right. It's like, what?
I don't know.
But you know, you got to make the game interesting.
Well, they definitely do a good job.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to make the game interesting. But, you know, shout out to them. You know, 120 to 109. Yes.
Good job.
Up in that thing. Next game is tomorrow.
Do you think they're going to close them out?
Ooh, I'm praying that they close them out. I think they're going to do it, though. I think they're going to do it. What you think? You think they're going to go to game 7?
Close them out.
What?
I want them to now. I didn't say I don't want them to.
My boys like that.
I love and I'm going for the Thunder. But you remember last time they went to Indiana, you thought that too. And I got on here and say, because the ticket is the role players.
You're right.
It's
you did say that.
when you go on the road with your role players. That's what I said when I left. And them suckers went 0 for 100,000 down there in Indiana, throwing balls all back to Oklahoma City. I said, that's what I'm trying to tell y'all. And with it being, man, it's hard to kill a man like that. So you going into their house with their grandma and their aunties and cousins and people they grew up with. No, I'm talking about Jolie now. You're going like, you can beat me up away from here. But at my house, it's hard to do a man like that. But the Thunder can. You just never know. They can. So I hope they do. Don't get it over with, because if they come back here and do us like they've been doing us with everything on the line, we all going to have our therapists sitting right outside. You too can get therapy fooling with the Thunder. So let's see what they're going to do tomorrow night, y'all. Y'all stay locked in.
We want to also give a huge shout out. Yesterday we had bingo.
Bingo at the event
If
center.
you guys don't know, we do bingo the first and third Tuesday of every month.
Right.
And so yesterday we were blessed to be able to, it's great to have great relationships.
Right.
So we had some great relationships with the folks over at Juneteenth. And so we had 3 bingo winners who actually got VIP passes for Juneteenth, for the concerts at Juneteenth. And so they're going to be able to be in the air-conditioned area. They're going to get to see, all the good food that's back there. They're going to be up front. They're going to get to meet the artists. So, shout out to the Juneteenth committee for just, sharing with us and allowing us to go ahead and bless our winners. So
absolutely. So make sure y'all pull up. Y'all don't know if you don't know about that VIP tent. Look, I watched that tent for 5 years trying to get in. It's hard. I'm talking. It's like Fort Knox trying to get in there. They did not let me in. So you sit outside and watch. But this year, I'm gonna show up.
I'm up in that.
I think I got in 1 year. Rue was doing security. He said, "Go around back, grab a plate, and get on up out of here on that 4-wheeler." So that was 1 year. So shout out to our winners. We also gave away cash prizes.
Yes,
so
we did.
If you've been missing, you need to pull up. Doors open at 6 every first and third Tuesday of the month. We're having fun with bingo.
Yes, bingo's a blast. All right. Black History Trivia.
Y'all ready? Caps on.
So since we're talking about relationships, this is going to be a relationship statistic. Okay. So here we go. In the African American community, which gender is more likely to be married and at what percent? Is it men at 36%, women at 85%, men at 78%, or D, which is women at 29%? All right, Rudin said, hey.
It didn't download right. It didn't, for me, it didn't download. Say it again. It didn't download
right.
Okay,
here we go. We're going to do it one more time.
One more time.
Okay. Right.
So let's try. You right. Yeah. One more time. See?
Okay, here we go. One more time. In the African American community, which gender is more likely to be married? And no, just married. And at what percentage? Is it A, men at 36%, B, women at 85%, C, men at 78%, or D, women at 29%?
Man.
So decide if it's a man or a woman, and then at what percent? Is it a high percent or a low percent?
Jeremiah, the Gulf Coast, said D for his answer.
Jeremiah said D.
I'm going to say men.
Yeah, I would say men.
Jeremiah said D.
I'm leaning towards the 36%.
But men can't do well without women. So that's why I say a high percent for men.
We ain't going to let y'all hear our discussion.
We're
going to take a break. But when we come back, y'all bring y'all answers in over the live as we take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to get into what you did for the trivia question. But we have our special guest, and we're going to get to it, y'all. This KBOB 89.9 FM News. You can use Charles and Damali, and we'll be right back. What men won't, what women won't. We're going to get into it, y'all.
You talking that marriage food.
Listen.
The Juice Radio Show and KBOB 89.9 would like to say thank you to all of our listeners and sponsors who donate to help keep our media program alive. Reaching the community, the Juice Radio Network continues to expand as influencers in the community of North Tulsa and beyond, but can't do that without your help. That's why it's important that we as a community continue to support the Juice Radio Show and keep 89.9 on the air. The community not only deserves this service, but needs this service. Let's continue to support the mission and giving a voice to the voiceless and donate to the Juice Radio Show. The Juice Radio Show is a nonprofit 501c3 powered by KBOB 89.9 and Eden Media Services, operating solely off the gifts, donations, and contributions made by listeners like yourself. All donations made to the Juice Radio Show are tax deductible and can be sent to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D, Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106.
It's Tulsa, Tulsa, I see you here. In Tulsa, I'm in Tulsa chillin'.
We appreciate your continued support and thanks for listening to KBOB 89.9 FM.
Are you or someone you know just as involved? Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry, Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918-592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available only in Tulsa County.
Sound familiar? Well, guess what? Sounds like you need the Last Stop Shop. The only name you need to know. The Last Stop Shop. Tulsa area's #1 mobile mechanic service. And they come to you. They get you running or stopping again. From brakes to starters, alternators, generator, RV, even welding repair. They also do mobile fleet maintenance and mobile oil changes. Like I told you, this will be the last stop you ever make. Call the Last Stop Shop. Tulsa area's #1 mobile mechanic service at 918-405-3970. That's 918-405-3970, and they'll have you back up and running in no time. Mention you heard this ad on KBOB 89.9 and receive 10% off your first service. Who you gonna call? The Last Stop Shop. Tulsa area's #1 mobile mechanic service. That number again is 918-405-3970.
89.9 FM News You Could Use, Charles and Damali, and we are back. It's getting hot in here.
Okay, we are back. And so we want to make sure that everybody who wanted to weigh in on the Black History Trivia question has had time to do that. So make sure if you need for me to read the question again, just put it in the chat. I'll read the question again. But with that being said, we're
just a quick shout out.
Okay, go ahead.
So many people on the live. Secret listeners. My God, welcome to the show. I'm gonna say that first. We got Jeremiah Blackwell tuning in from Mississippi. Miss Ernestine Brown is in the house with us. Mr. AJ.
What's up,
Mr.
AJ?
Energizer, Mr. Afro and all that. He's in the building, y'all, down there in Arkansas. Gary Barnett tuning in from the ATL.
Hey, Gary.
He's in the building with us. Mom is on.
Hey, Mommy.
Over there at Edgewood Youth and Family Fun Center with them summer camp kids. Thanks, Mom.
Yes.
Natasha Mitchell.
Hey, Natasha.
Michael Brewer is in the building.
Hey, Michael.
Montina. Do I be saying her name right?
Manita.
Manita. My
he
bad.
say her name every time. He said it different.
Welcome to the show, my sister. My bad. My bad. Welcome to the show. Uncle Brian is in the house.
Hey, Uncle Brian.
Bernell is here, y'all.
Hey,
and we got many, many more. And I promise I'm going to come back and do some more shout outs, but we got to get to a very loaded show. Nicole Travis, I see you in the building with us.
Nicole.
We appreciate it. And Faith, Wisdom, and many, many more. We live on about 17 different platforms. So we're around the world.
Yeah.
About to talk about something good. Go ahead, Tamara. You got it.
Yeah. So we are about to talk about something good. We have been putting this off for 5 years.
Right.
Literally. Because, you know, of course, we all have our own opinions about different things as far as it pertains to relationships.
Right.
And men talk, women talk, because obviously we have different languages, period. You know, whether you're husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, brother, sister, you know, there's a difference in what men think and what women think.
Right.
And sometimes when you're in a relationship, what you're thinking, your significant other is thinking, they're like, I wasn't even thinking about that. You know, it's like, what are you talking about? So we're talking about it today. And we brought some friends in to help us with the conversation, because they are going to give us a well-rounded,
unexpected
viewpoint.
So welcome, number one, to the show. Ladies first, Miss Jolie. Welcome to the show. How you doing?
Hey. I'm great. Thank you for having me.
Yes.
Right, tell the people a little bit about yourself, because we got thousands of people on. People keep calling and texting, so tell them a little bit about yourself.
Okay, just the key points. Yeah. I'm originally from LA.
LA in the house, y'all.
Yes. Side.
Yeah.
I am a Los Angelino to the day I die.
Yes.
I live here in Tulsa. I've been here for longer than I've been anywhere else other than LA. Officially, this year's is that year 11.
Okay. Wow.
I know.
Yeah.
I have 3 children. I am in. I'm the property. We're in property management, and I manage that company with my husband. Mm-hmm. And I've been married for going on 30 years this December.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Yes. And tell them who your husband is and how you're related to the show.
Yes. My husband is Dr. Andre Perdue. He does a medical report here. Yeah. And we also have our own show on Fridays called Our Community, Our Health.
Yes.
All about health. And if you ever have any health questions, you can post them on our page. We will get back to you. He handles all of the MD side. I handle all of the homeopathic and natural remedy side. So tune in every Friday at noon. It's a lot of fun.
Yes.
Got it. Just like that.
All right. And then we have none other
What is it?
than the hometown.
Uh-oh.
You know, see, this is hometown.
Homegrown.
This is family right up in here. Our very own brother, Mr. Rodney Rue Tisdale. We've been talking about him on the show anyway, because if you guys are looking on the live, you'll see that he is branded down.
All the way down.
I ain't mad. And I need that t-shirt, bro. Yes.
Ash.
Smoke ash. Okay, I got it. Mr. Rodney Rue Tisdale, how are you, brother?
I'm doing well. How are y'all?
Good,
Doing
good.
Tell people a little bit about yourself, man.
A little bit about me is I'm in a place of just growth and happiness and gratefulness. God has been good, been a blessing. I'm the owner of the first Black-owned cigar lounge in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Yes. That's my brother.
Yeah, since 1921, the massacre. And it's Tisdale Cigar Lounge right there on Greenwood and Archer, premier location.
Yeah.
So come see us 11:45 a.m. every day. We're open until
11:45.
People be coming to smoke cigars that early?
Yeah, they come do their work and they do work out of their office. And
But why 11:45? Why not 11? Why not
11:30?
11:30?
Yeah.
Because I'm different.
Okay.
You know
Okay.
this.
Well,
you know
I
this
do
about
know
me.
this,
I'm
but I thought it was some significance to
That's
That's why we
11:45.
having a show that says what women think.
Yeah, and what women think.
That's the purpose of this entire show.
And somebody asked a question, like I changed the hours to what I originally wanted to until. And they was like, well, what until? I said, until we leave.
That's kind of like our show
Yeah.
until we get off.
Yeah.
'Cause if it's slow, I'm going to close the doors.
Yeah.
If it's packed and we's good, well, I'll close them at the rightful time so we don't lose our ABLES license. I feel y'all listening.
Right. You know they'll be listening.
But we provide an upscale space. And
Yeah.
I'm trying to teach young men and women how to be upscale. And I mentor and,
Yes.
and it's my different ministry in a different way. So when they come in, I'm not turning you away. It's 28 and up. We did change that.
Okay.
So you're grown and mature crowd.
Excellent.
Great ventilation. But I'm also teaching the young people that's been doing some things not the best and showing them how to do it better.
Yeah.
I don't embarrass them. I talk to them in their ear and say, hey, look, do X, Y, and Z if you want to be in here. If you can't respect that, then you can't be here. But I would love for you to be here. Stuff like
Yeah.
that. We don't allow cigarettes, Black and Miles, weed, all that type of stuff either. So we're just trying to create a different culture to teach people what business can be like in a different way. And it's something that's needed down there.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, and I am a father. I have, some beautiful grown children who are doing their thing, and I'm proud of them, and they've worked there with me as well.
Yeah.
And then the real estate and all that too. So, we got our hands in a little bit of everything, and I'm still a fire marshal. I know I'll be retiring this year.
Yes.
I'm out.
Yes.
The fire out completely.
Y'all not in here, but it's
How many years?
I'll have 20 years on.
Yes,
it'll be
that is
20
awesome.
years, man. And it's, everybody's like, you need to go to extra 5 years. I'm like, look here, man. I'm doing investments, doing things in a different way where I'm not missing that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to see it anyway. It's just sitting there gaining interest.
That.
And I know how to do other things to make that happen.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. People don't take the time to realize it's free. They think it's free money. My life is not free.
Come on.
I can't get my life back.
That's
I
right.
only got one life to live.
Yeah.
So, and
That's
I'm
real
doing
talk.
Amen.
And I don't ever say I'm doing it by myself because I got the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, and I have my family.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm right now. I'm not married, but I have a lot of information. I can tell you how not to be divorced. So
there you go. Boom.
you know what I mean?
I
That's
just
what we
want to
gonna
say,
talk about.
That is a valid side. That is a valid
and I
point.
just want to add,
That
I just want to
perspective.
add, I just want to say thank you for your service. Because I think like 'cause 20
Yeah.
years is a lot of years.
It is.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we can't let that, because the fight, anytime something happens, them trucks is coming first.
Yep.
They, I'm like,
Yeah.
I thought the police was coming over. We
No.
come first to make sure y'all alive.
Yeah.
Then the officers come. So
I will
thanks
say
for that.
this, and I appreciate it. We did, and I'm sorry to be ranting, but
No.
Tisdale Cigar Lounge, we're doing something different.
Mhm.
We're creating a different vibe. But what we did last Sunday for Father's Day,
Yeah.
we created Fathers in Flames with Juneteenth, where the
Yeah.
fathers and sons and daughters were there and had a real conversation. Just men taking the mic around, letting everybody talk. We had Ivan West from a crossover actually be the
Oh
host.
yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
talked about things, and then we got coming up on the 28th, mental health awareness for male mental health,
Yes.
and free to
Excellent.
men free to scream by Gina Wilson's book,
I
but
love
it's
it.
for the men, and
Yes.
it's already filled up.
Mhm.
Wow.
And we'll go around, and we have Leon Skillings
Yes.
and
Skills
we have
on Wheels.
Skills on Wheels. We have
Yeah.
Mayor Monroe.
Yes.
We have
Marquise.
Marquise. Yeah, Marquise does
Dennis.
come.
Yeah.
Dennis, and then
That's right.
then myself, and I don't think I'm missing somebody. I hope not.
Uh-oh.
But
we'll be speaking, just talking about mental health, because even for the firemen and us and the lifestyle we live as Black men, you know, I was diagnosed with complex PTSD, and people don't realize, they think that means you're just going to kill people. It's not always that. It creates numbness. It creates all kinds of different things in relationships. So that means you're just going to kill yourself or kill somebody just because it's PTSD.
Yeah.
So we'll be talking about all these things, and this is a platform for men to actually scream.
Yeah.
So
I love it.
Most
That
men are
is.
sitting in an aquarium like a fish, screaming, and nobody can hear them.
Right.
So now we're giving a platform where they can talk about it just for a couple hours, 1 to 3.
Yeah.
Don't get on your soapbox now. 1 to 3. Get your cigar, get your little drink, relax.
Right.
But the women aren't trying to get in, and you're not allowed. You'll be on the patio.
Yes.
It's free for your husbands and men and sons to be able to truly talk.
Are there
Yeah.
still openings, or can
I
other
tell
men still
everybody,
sign up?
just come.
Okay.
You just come.
Yeah.
I have a 204 capacity in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I have
So just show up.
the women, they only got 34 capacity on the patio, so good luck. I hope your hair ain't-
We're standing in the
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
y'all talking
You
about?
know what?
Yes.
I don't want to know. I want
Yeah.
to let them talk.
No, that's great.
Yeah.
Because I believe that men need that
Yes.
space. And we talked about this last week
All
on
the
the
time.
show, you know, about mental health and how guys just don't have that opportunity,
Mhm.
you know, because you're expected to be strong. You're expected to have, you know, broad shoulders and
Yes.
carry everybody and everything. And everybody needs a place to vent,
Yeah,
Yes.
true,
you know.
We
So
talked about how
so, yeah.
healthy communities, which I would say that
Yes.
helps with having a healthy
Yeah.
community equals to a better mental health.
Absolutely.
Because now you got places to go.
Yeah.
to have
Absolutely.
something.
And
Mental health
people
is a
that
have-
key part in that. Our
Exactly.
pastor was just preaching on that this past Sunday at Metropolitan, Pastor Ray Owens. He
Ray
was
Owens.
saying that men, they are raised and conditioned to say that men don't cry.
yes,
Men can't show their feelings.
right.
And that's not true.
Yes.
They need to get those feelings out. They need to express those things.
So I'm
All right.
glad you said that
Uh-oh.
because that leads me into
We're finna get to it.
the misperceptions.
Okay, let's go ahead and get
So I
to
want
it.
to talk about this first,
Mhm.
and then we'll go into what men and women think. Okay.
Okay.
So I found the 5 most common misperceptions by Black women about Black men.
Oh,
Okay.
Oh, yeah, this is good.
Yeah, this is good.
So here
Yeah.
we go.
We like you
I had this
already.
argument all the time.
So number 1, Black men don't want to commit.
Hmm.
Oh, wait a minute.
Number 2, Black men are emotionally unavailable.
Hmm.
Number 3, Black men are intimidated by strong Black women.
That's a lie.
It's misperception.
Well, don't let me
Let her
It's
finish.
misperception. So
Let her finish. She just said they're misperception.
come on. Let me weigh in on this right
Right,
quick. Come on.
Number 4, Black men only want lighter skinned or non-Black women.
Ah.
Is that the
She
last
likes
one?
Nope. And this is
One
number
more?
5. Black men aren't trying hard enough to overcome.
Overcome what?
Them?
Anything?
Oh,
Everything?
Overcoming
So we
the
supposed to respond?
Oh.
Or
These
you
are
just want to lay
no.
that
So
out?
I'm gonna give. So these
You just
are,
want to lay that out. I
Yeah.
got
Okay.
you. I
So
like that.
these are the 5 common misperceptions that some Black women hold about Black men.
Man,
So
that's
let's go to
tough.
number 1.
Now, okay. Well, hold on. I'm gonna give you the opportunity, but we're gonna
I
put
told
them
you,
side
Travis,
by
it's tough.
side.
Well, and I
Yeah.
do want to say I do not believe any of those.
Right.
So
I know, right?
let
So
it
that's
just
why I was
let me
like, I
just
don't know
start
who-
out.
You gonna go to
Yeah,
the other
with
side?
that.
What survey did this? Okay.
Yes.
But anyway, so we're gonna go to the other side.
Yeah.
Okay.
5 common misperceptions that some, and I keep emphasizing some,
Mhm.
Black men hold about Black women.
Okay.
Number 1, Black women are too angry or combative.
Mm.
Number 2, Black women don't support Black men. Number 3, Black women are too independent to need a man.
Mm.
Number 4, Black women are materialistic and only want high status men. And number 5, Black women are always good. They don't need help.
Oh, shut up, Bobo. Hey, kickstart my Apple. All right.
Revolution. Well, you sure know how to kick off the show. So,
Yeah, you do.
That's a lot, y'all. Y'all listen to live. I see.
Yeah.
I see what's
She
going
started
on. I
fighting.
see y'all.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I
you
did-
started fighting.
I didn't hear you say you don't.
Oh, I just
So-
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So
she's
let's-
like,
we
okay,
need
yeah,
that
So
out.
let's get to it. Yeah.
So let's get to it. So
But I
let's
don't,
talk
too.
about. So since I started out with the women, so Jolie, you're saying you don't agree with any of these?
I do not.
Yes. So
She's not typical either, though.
But
Okay.
I do want to say thank you for that.
yeah.
But I do want to say
Sure.
one of the points I do understand
Mhm.
how that point can maybe be misperceived.
Uh-huh.
Right.
And that one is that Black men are emotionally unavailable.
Right.
I don't think they're emotionally unavailable, but I do think they have to be emotionally guarded. They have to guard themselves differently.
Right.
And sometimes, and being women, we're emotional creatures. Period. I own that. Yes.
Yeah.
Come on,
We
Pastor.
are.
She said, "I'll own that one."
Come on, Pastor.
But I will say that men that go out in the world and have to face what they have to face every day, and I'm going to just name it. My husband works in a white world, and I pray for him every day that he is guarded, protected, sheared up, and has his armor on every day to go out and deal with them, because he goes to work listening to the word, and he comes home bumping POC by the time he pulls in the driveway, because he's got to release that he's got to suppress what he really wants to say sometimes and how he really feels sometimes in order to walk that politically correct line.
Right.
So where we can flip a switch and just, emote and share and communicate, they can't do that as easily as we can. They have to, and they don't want to take it out on us, which I appreciate. So they don't know how to walk that line sometimes. And I think that women might perceive that as being emotionally unavailable when they're really emotionally processing.
That's all.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Emotionally processing.
That's the cigar lounge.
Okay, right.
No, real talk.
No, that's real talk. Yeah.
Or why people sit in the garage before they go in the house.
Yeah.
Or just go see their homeboys just to talk noise and
Yeah.
get away.
Yeah.
Because we want to
Release.
just unload real quick without having to actually unload by talking about it.
Right.
At the end of the day, not just your husband, we all live in a white world.
Yes.
Unless you
that was my point.
Yeah, we're with you. I'm on your side.
Okay.
So, but that's the thing is, for me, I had to do the same thing. Even when I was married, it was like, yo, I can't come and dump all this.
Right.
Because it's overkill, because you really are trying to uphold things. So you have to have a person in your life that can allow you to be vulnerable and respect your vulnerability without using it against you.
Absolutely.
Right.
Or thinking you're weak as a man. I actually encourage you that you're being strong by doing that, by shedding tears, or by talking about it. And a lot of people don't address that and deal with it.
Yeah.
I do want to say this though. I think something that can be difficult for men that they feel, because they are the protectors, the supporters, the providers, they don't want to unload on us.
Right.
But at the same time, we want you to lean on us. So you don't have to be that stalwart, that strong figure that can't show your emotional side. We are your helpmate.
But how do you open that door for him to know that? And that's
just being available, being available, not nagging, being available, being open. But they too have to be open. Like you both have to be open to open the door and come and walk out, step through the threshold together. And that is where I think that emotional barrier happens. Men don't want to unload on their women, and women are pushing so hard to get them to open up that the men feel like, back up, I just need some space.
Let me add this in. I want to throw this in there just because we do have a lot of young listeners, some younger listeners. So we're going to go back into the future, or the future to past, right?
Okay,
21. You 21, Jolie, you 21.
Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Now,
I
what
remember.
would you think now?
Like,
Now,
hold
if
on.
you have to go back to college,
Yes.
go back to leaving high school, go back to your younger years, who was just not trying to get into this relationship thing. Then what was your thoughts before you know what you know now?
Don't ask me that.
Because we got young people on, and that's what we have to do with our kids.
Yeah.
We have to go back and be like, okay, son, daughter, when I was 21, when I was 18, when I was 25, there you go.
Oh, Lord.
So let's go back to perception. Damali, you too, you ain't off the hook because you got your blue dress on. 21, we're going to go back for the young people. What was your thought about relationships before you had all this?
What were my thoughts then?
Then.
Oh.
But y'all thoughts with women were different too. So that's
what
we
we,
good for
yeah.
you.
So
y'all thoughts were different.
How I want to say though, then even at 21, I knew I wanted a healthy relationship. I don't know that I knew how to get that, but I had a wonderful role model in my grandparents. They raised me.
Good.
So I made mistakes. Yes, I did. I made mistakes. And, sometimes you give too much too soon of like all you want to share everything and it's oversharing. And I'm actually trying to help my 22-year-old daughter navigate her 4-year relationship. So I'm getting a little bit of that generation now, and a little bit of the generation when I lived it. there's no comparison. I mean, I'm 30 years in now with a, the committed relationship. It's very different than what I thought when I was 21. And by the way,
grandma back there. So I'm glad you said that, because sometimes young people got to know grandma knows something.
That's true.
Because sometimes these days they forget about grandma.
And I would tell you,
listen to your grandma.
I did. My grandmother came in one day. I was mad at my husband, and we were having dinner, and she came in and said, why don't you make him a plate? I said, he's a grown man. He know how to. He know where the food is. I said, I told him dinner was ready. Yeah. She said, girl, you better go in there and make him a plate. He work all day. Go and make him a plate and take it to him. Because at the end of the day, it don't matter what y'all are mad about. He is still your husband, and you still love him.
Come on, grandma.
Man, come on, grandma.
I did. I was like,
man, look at you now. Yeah. Look where you are now. How many years in?
Okay. Yeah.
So we'll push pause, and then we'll go to Rue. You weigh in 21.
21.
It's different for a 21-year-old female.
So what I'm going to say is this. Also, you got to realize too, you're talking to a 21-year-old athlete. 21-year-old, not trying to be popular, but popular.
You were an athlete.
Yeah,
you're in Tisdale.
Yes, well, he couldn't help but be popular.
You're in Tisdale.
So it's kind of your mindset. Everybody has different mindsets. How you was brought up, and we come from a great family, married men and women. But also, we believed in when you was younger, you just enjoyed your life until you found that person. Yeah. So at 21. Relationship what?
Yeah.
I wasn't thinking about relationship. I was thinking about hooping, my friends, and just like any other 21-year-old. I'm gonna try to be PG as I can.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So, and that's what it was.
And
then you just hanging out. And you just have to run into somebody that caught your hanging out. So you're trying to run into somebody that catches your attention that you'll spend time with, and you like them and care for them, but you didn't know how to process and balance it. You didn't know how to do life, because I didn't have someone teaching me how to do it that way in a relationship. So when I had my grandfather and all them, it was amazing.
You got to think, when you go back to that, we're going back to Ice Cube and Dr.
Snoop
Dogg and Mary J.
But also, you know what you think about too?
And
your grandparents were real grandparents. This grandparents, this day and age, are just as young as the child.
That's true.
So and you got to realize the mindset and the culture is different. Yeah. Back then you could whoop a child, and if you got home, you got another whooping. You got the grandmother out here fighting with the grandbaby. Yeah. And doing all this. So the mindset's different. Yeah. So and the grandmother's out here wilding.
Yes.
So the speak for the lady. When you was 21, go back to 21.
When I was 21, I was actually married and had just had a baby. At 21.
21.
Yeah.
Snatched
so
up
it was totally different for me. I mean, for me, it was, get the husband, get the White House with the white picket fence, just living that princess lifestyle.
Back then.
Because that's what I was taught, and that's what I had, that's what I wanted, because I came from a household where my parents were not together. And my grandparents were not together. By the time I was born, they were already separated, so I didn't see that in my household. So I wanted that for myself, and I wanted that for my children. To be able to say, I'm with this person, and we're going to create this life together, whatever we got to do to make it happen, that's what we're going to do. So I was in that state, that mindset. And, so I just kind of missed everybody else, going to college, doing all the crazy stuff. I missed all that. Being in the street, I didn't do all that.
I'll say too, when I go back to 21, man, I done played Phi Beta Sigma,
at 21,
party, kicking it. I knew what I wanted, I was just trying to figure out how to get it. But anyway, I think that what I did realize at 21, that women were like further ahead than I was.
Absolutely.
In terms of wanting the commitment and doing that. And so I'm just being honest and being transparent. So at 21, I'm willing just to say I love you or whatever you need to hear. You know what I mean? But I want to get married and have kids. I'm like,
someday.
I'm just hoping the hair can get dark. But, so
I wouldn't even wait for the dark.
You would let that be light. No, I'm not gonna say that. But I'm just saying that just a difference. But I'm saying that because I can go back and think about my sisters and my cousins and different people, and those 21-year-old ladies in my family was kind of like the Molly, get married or start to have a kid and doing those things. And the other 21-year cousins like me was doing pretty much the same thing like me. You know what I mean? So
those are guys.
Listen, but I want to say that's an important part of life too.
It is.
Right.
You know, and I mean, I'm also raising a 21-year-old boy right now, and he's dealing with that relationship stuff. And it's important to enjoy yourself. Dating is an important part of finding out what you want and what you don't want for that forever when you find that forever person. So it is important to have fun, meet people, date, mingle, do all of those things. You learn lessons in those, but it's just a matter of you can still do that and be respectful.
Yes.
Right.
And still be okay.
Okay, so let me drop this
Good job
next
on
one.
going back to 21. Let's come on.
Drop the next one on you. So can men and women be friends without a sexual relationship?
Of course.
Yes.
Okay.
100%.
I don't understand people don't understand that.
Yeah.
So what's your point? So go ahead.
Well,
and
I
make a
taught
point.
my kids early in the age. Why is it in grade school and all this? This is your friend. This is your friend. But then we become adults. All of a sudden, she's not my friend.
Right.
That don't even make sense. Montika, you know Montika's
Oh,
my
yeah,
best
I
friend.
do.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She done seen every aspect of me. We've never nothing. That's my sister.
Yeah.
And I have sisters like that.
Yeah.
And you.
Yeah.
Even it's like we have people in our life that are just poppy college. We have people in our life that are just friends, and that's what it is.
Yes.
You just happen to be the opposite sex.
Exactly.
That does not mean I want you. I'm attracted to you in that way. Not that you're not a beautiful person, but I'm around beautiful people my whole life.
Yeah.
Right.
So my thing is that has nothing to do with it if the person is not that person for you.
Right.
Like everybody love Halle Berry, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Or Beyonce, I'll say. Beyonce, no disrespect, Beyonce. But, she's a pretty woman, but it doesn't do anything for me.
Right.
Hey.
Like everybody,
Right.
yeah, I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
100%.
So it just, I was never understood that when people say that, and I teach my boys that, and when they get these women who don't, I say, hey man, that might not be the woman for you, because if I have a woman come in my life, if you can't be friends with my friend, then that means we're not, or my friend is disrespectful to you, then I can tell there's something wrong there too.
Right.
That's when I kind of gauge that stuff that way.
So
I
okay, go ahead.
I'm just going to add,
And
the
I
key
got a
word
question
that you
for
said is friend.
Right.
So when you establish that as a friend, especially when you go back, you know that's that. Because I can remember being younger, and my mama used to be like, boy, I don't know what you're doing. Because I was so close with my friends. Even if they was females, they'd be going through stuff. They come sit in the bed. They come stay in my room all night. They come ride and stay. And it would never be nothing. And my mom like, what are you doing? They may come lay in the bed and go to sleep. But I was that cool because unless we was there, then if you, especially, I was always big on the good girls.
Yeah.
You know, if your dad a pastor and stuff, I ain't going to HEAA. You know what I'm talking about?
I was a PK
So,
kid,
you know, a lot of times people just, that's definitely a myth that people can't be friends. That's what I say.
So in the situation, so you mentioned if the person that you're with can't be friends with your friend,
right,
then there's a problem. So what happens in a situation when your friend has done something across the line, and your significant other's like, hey,
that's different. I have a conversation with my friend, and I let them know either you're gonna stop being disrespectful and then end our friendship, or you're gonna act accordingly to keep our friendship if you're a true friend. Because say at the end of the day, like I'm a true friend. When that dude leaves you or y'all not together, I'm still there. Even if you stop talking to me while you're with that person, you're gonna come back around. Hey, we broke up. I already know because you calling me. What's happening? You gonna get something to eat? Yeah, you ready to go get something to eat? You done with all that BS? I don't care.
Right.
Because true friends, it don't matter, how long you've talked and not talked. It's like I have got friends right now that I ain't talked to, but as soon as we talk,
it's like it never.
I do too. Yeah, I do too.
And that's how it is.
I agree with both you wholeheartedly, but as a woman, I do have a little bit of a different perspective. I do 100% think men and women can be friends, just friends.
Absolutely.
But I also acknowledge as a woman, I feel my relationship with men is different. When I'm friends with men, whether they're married or not, I try really hard to walk a certain line so that there is never the image of impropriety or that I'm leading you on in any way, or there's an open door anyway, or I'm gonna ever disrespect my husband like that. So yes, we can be friends, but I the ones that are, especially if I haven't known them growing forever, like I have boys like I call my big brothers. I went to grade school, at junior high school, back when there was a junior high, folks.
Right.
Yes. I'm aging myself.
You're aging all of us. You're like, what are you talking about? That's normal.
But those are my big brothers.
Yeah.
Anybody outside of that, it's a different, there is an arm's length, because I don't ever want to give that image that there's anything that can ever be there. So yes, we can be friends, but just at arm's length.
Got the boundaries.
Yeah.
That's the woman I need in my life.
Right. I'm gonna do some quick
I'm
shout
very
outs.
hesitant to add them to my personal social media. The husbands, I'll add the wives, or that kind of thing.
Right.
Let me go. I'm gonna go into the live because we got Dr. Mario Choice.
Okay, Mario, what's happening?
Tuning in from Fort Worth. He's
All
in the building.
right.
Funky
Yeah.
Town, my
Funky
hometown.
Town.
Let's
Okay.
go, baby.
Hometown.
Como, baby. Stop 6. Let's get it.
Hey, Mario, if you got something to say, because Mario, that's been my best friend since Langston, way back in the day. And he on Maybelle Wallace.
Hey, Miss Maybelle.
Miss Maybelle over there at Theater North. She's in with us. So you want to go up to the 95, 96-year-olds. Not to have her in one day. That's a whole different kind of situation. Mandy Moore is in here with us, y'all, and others. I just want to come. If y'all have a question, comment, or something on the live, let us know. All right, let me ask this. Myth or fact, you never get over your first love?
Well, I got a good one on that one.
Okay.
I'm gonna let you answer first.
No,
First love. The first love, not
women-
first, but first love. A lot of people say, man, that first love you dated from 5th grade to 11th grade. And it didn't work.
Lord.
You dated from 9th grade, you went to the prom every year, and you missed them when they went to college. That first love, do you ever get?
I don't mind going first. Honestly, I will say they will always hold a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
Like that, I will always have love for them. I will always want good for them and for them to be happy and successful.
Come on,
but I don't necessarily feel that tethered to them. I have my soulmate, so I don't need that.
Come
that
on, Deaconess.
relationship.
Look at him.
I'm not gonna be tethered. You know,
Tethered.
the definition of tethered is
Dr. Purdue, you done did your thing, boy. You did your thing.
You know, but when you think about a lot of these movies, is people done went away, met somebody, did all that, and they take a trip home.
Yeah.
And you get that knock on the door, and they hug mama, and then here's the thing going.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So you see that, and there must be a reason why.
Yeah.
They have so many movies where.
Well, and that's a real story.
It's
That's a real life. Yeah, there are people who have unfinished business.
Yes.
And separate for different reasons. And they were the ones that were supposed to be together, but for whatever reason, they went different ways. Yes, I have seen people come back together, high school sweethearts and all of that. But for me, that is not my story. But I do believe that whomever is your first love, there will should always be a special place for them, but not for everyone. Is it? I'm always going to be connected to you. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
I'll go next. You know, every time I see my high school sweetheart, I be like, Lord help me, walk with me, touch me, and tell me you are my own. When I see you coming,
yes, sir.
Understandable.
I'll say it's a process.
It's a problem.
I'll say problem process.
Process is better. Process.
And I'll say, because I tell my son and my kids this, man, you have to watch Familiar Spirits. That's all right to say that.
Amen.
You know, because one thing to meet somebody new, it's another to be like,
yes.
You know,
especially when they know all your buttons, all the
and don't be going through some.
Yes.
Now
listen, I'm not saying I wasn't that for some other folks.
There you go. Yes, sis.
Come on, Purple Rain.
Come on. That's right, sis.
Damali, come on, give us another perspective. Do you ever get over your first love?
So I would say I have to agree with Jolie that they have a special place.
Yeah.
But it's not, I'm just like, going now. On the other hand, the guys that I've dated, or that I was there for, they're like, oh, you my girlfriend for life. I'm like, no, I'm not.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Right, that was back in 1982. That was 1982.
Every time I see you.
It's like, no.
On site.
Yeah. Right. But I would say, for me, it's no. I mean, you have a special place, and I always want good for you. I'm always going to be there to help out and do what I can, as long as ain't nothing crazy.
Right.
But
maybe that's the problem.
Yeah. And so, but yeah.
So let me ask you, so in a scenario, how do you handle this? And I'll pass this route. something happens like in their family and stuff like that, and you, like you said, it's a special place in your heart. I got to make a trip back to Cali. I got to make a trip back to Tulsa because
relationships.
Man, I know his mom and sisters and stuff and all that, and I need you to stay at home because you ain't gonna act right now. I'm just saying that. Whatever those scenarios are.
Listen,
how do you work that out? Can we talk about what men think, what women think?
I've already put Andre on notice that when my very good friend who is a male, when his mother dies, I am flying home to be there for him for her funeral.
You time out. Hold on.
The referee came out.
You got another mic.
You said you're a very good friend. Was that good friend a first relationship?
No, he's always been my big brother.
So that doesn't count.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We're not talking about that.
Okay.
We're talking about.
All right. Well, then
no.
That's what I was like.
Back kind of that.
No.
And that.
You talking about a this?
We're
talking about a that.
It's not a that.
Get with this.
It's not a that.
You get with that. We talking about the that.
I'm just getting with this. Because this is where it's at.
Engine.
So big group, how do we have
hilarious.
that? How do we have that scenario? Because we talking about men's what they thinking and women and what they think.
So every man is different,
right?
Every woman is different. So thought process is different. You also got to realize we're talking of healthy man, so or a still traumatized man, still attached to that person. Because I saw a great picture today where a man is being held by his woman. But then there's another guy standing against the wall holding the woman's dress, leaning back against the wall. Basically showing like she's still attached, even though she's trying to be here.
Yeah.
So,
or maybe she isn't and he's still attached. She's trying to.
But she didn't sever that tie.
Well, maybe he's just holding on.
No, you got to sever it. Just like you did.
Maybe she did.
Jolie, you severed your tie. Hey, look. So at the end of the day,
I'm trying to stand up for my sister.
Okay. Well, let me switch it around. Say it's a man standing there, and then a woman, another woman. It's the same thing,
right?
It doesn't matter. Same scenario,
right?
My high school sweetheart. I'm not even gonna say a name. Y'all know it. I ain't even addressing it,
right?
But there's an attachment that always has been there,
right?
And no matter what's always stuff been said, like no matter what you do, I'm still gonna be here. At the end of the day, you have to say to what capacity,
right?
Am I going to allow you to do that? Because if it starts getting unhealthy where I can't move and find what it is I really want, because obviously we're not getting together,
right?
And even though we may tinker and do all this stuff, it doesn't line up,
right?
So now I'm still in a situation where it's becoming a problem. At some point you got to draw the line and put the barriers like you do in place with other people, so that way you don't cross up and mix up stuff. And that's why I said, if there's a funeral like it did happen, I'm going to attend because of the relationship that I have with the family. But I'm not going to overstep when it comes to dealing with her, where that's going to put her or he, I should say, and I'm just saying anybody, we're in a situation where it's crossing those lines.
So let me ask this. So if you have a friend that not a that,
but a this,
this, okay, and they cross the line and say something or do something that
that's your play. It's your job to put that in check.
For sure.
I mean, because for me, and that's the thing, people get pissed off when you do it, and they're like, "Oh, sorry." I'm like, "Hey, I'm not there anymore." And sometimes when you start seeing it become an issue, that's when you really have to sever the whole time, because now it's like, all right, this is not going to be healthy for me and my mental health.
Yeah.
Let's do this. We got to take a quick break because it's because we got to come back because you can tell we can be here.
Yes.
Until Juneteenth is over.
Or
this and that. But we're going to take a break because we've got some other special guests, but we're going to take a quick break, come back, and we want to leave people with some tips now.
Okay.
2 do's and 2 don'ts to relationships. We're going to get your women perspective and the men perspective. We're going to take a break while we think on it.
Yes.
Y'all tell us on the live 2 do's, 2 don'ts. I read stuff on the live as well.
2 do's.
2 do's, 2 don'ts. KBOB 89.9 FM News. You can use Charles and Damali with our special guest Jolie and Big Group. We'll be back, y'all.
Yeah.
Are you or someone you know just as involved? Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry, Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918 592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available only in Tulsa County.
Oh, yes, it's bingo night. Bingo! And the money right. Bingo! It's bingo night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. Every first and third Tuesday, starting February 4th, it's bingo night at 36th Street North Event Center. Bingo night. Bingo nights at 36th Street North Event Center. Every first and third Tuesday, with lots of cash and prizes to be given away. Doors will open at 6 p.m. and sessions start at 7 and 8 p.m. Game packs starting at only $25. And you could win big. 36th Street North Event Center, 1125 East 36th Street North. Bingo night. So grab your auntie and uncles and enjoy bingo nights at the 36th Street North Event Center. Concessions and refreshments will be available. And bingo nights at 36th Street North can be enjoyed in a smoke-free environment. Bingo night every first and third Tuesday starting February 4th at 36th Street North Event Center. For more information, call 918-200-9046. Bingo Nights is presented by the 36th Street North Event Center and NYCU.FM. Cash and prizes are based on minimum attendance requirements.
EduRec is the place where education and recreation meets. At EduRec, we have a host of programs such as spring break camp, summer camp, and after school. We also have Black History Saturdays. It's located at 5424 North Madison Avenue. To donate, sponsor, or volunteer for any of our programs at EduRec, go to edurectulsa.com. Call EduRec today at 918-430-3947. And you can also visit us on any of our social media platforms at EduRec Tulsa. EduRec Tulsa, where education and recreation meet.
The Juice Radio Show and KBOB 89.9 would like to say thank you to all of our listeners and sponsors who donate to help keep our media program alive. Reaching the community, the Juice Radio Network continues to expand as influencers in the community of North Tulsa and beyond, but can't do that without your help. That's why it's important that we as a community continue to support the Juice Radio Show and keep 89.9 on the air. The community not only deserves this service, but needs this service. Let's continue to support the mission and giving a voice to the voiceless and donate to the Juice Radio Show. The Juice Radio Show is a nonprofit 501c3 powered by KBOB 89.9 and Eden Media Services, operating solely off the gifts, donations, and contributions made by listeners like yourself. All donations made to the Juice Radio Show are tax deductible and can be sent to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D, Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106.
It's Tulsa, Tulsa. I see you here in Tulsa. I'm in Tulsa chilling.
We appreciate your continued support and thanks for listening to KBOB 89.9 FM.
KBOB 89.9 FM News You Can Use. Charles and Damali, we are having too much fun up in here.
You know what? I think we're gonna have to do a longer series.
We're gonna come back. But let's go to the live because
let's go to the live. So AJ says that's why I always say we or a couple must have ongoing communication. Basically, what you were saying, Rue, when we were in the break, and like spiritual ties. You know, which thank you, AJ, for that. We appreciate that. And so I do agree. I think that some of this stuff that we're talking about, it is our personal opinion, but we live this life. Like we've all been through things. We've all had things to happen to us that brought us from, what we thought in our 20s versus what we thought in our 30s, 40s, and now we're in our 50s, and what we think, is totally different. So this show really is about trying to help folks. And but before we go to the next piece, I just want to put this out here because I just want to see what we're gonna have as a comment.
Lord.
Okay.
It can't be too deep. We got 5 minutes. We got to do it in 5. Come on.
Yeah, okay. Do all men cheat?
Hell no.
Oh.
Hey, you're not on the show right now. No, all men. No, all men do not cheat. Okay. Now, do they think about it?
That's different.
That's a whole nother conversation.
Okay.
But they know that, but the love that they have. Yeah.
That wasn't the question.
No, all men do not cheat.
Okay. Are all women sneaky?
Ooh, that's
Sneaky Well, that's not necessarily a bad thing. Not in all ways.
Right.
Right.
I mean,
that's
we
wrong.
can
Yes.
be.
All the
Yes.
men in here,
Is it?
all the
Yes.
men in the studio.
Okay, let me ask you this.
are like,
Then. Let me
yes.
ask you this.
Okay.
I'm not gonna say okay. How many times you check something on the phone or something that on your husband's phone or boyfriend's phone just to be nosy,
Oh, never.
or done anything?
I have
That-
checked.
I
I
don't
have.
check his phone to be nosy.
But I mean, just anything you've done that he didn't know you was doing just to be nosy on something. Anything. That's sneaky. Or
Well,
you sneak to
I'm
go buy some
sneaky
clothes.
because I plan really good parties for people.
That
I'm
don't
sneaky
count.
because I give really good presents.
Yeah.
Do you sneak
That's
off?
how I'm sneaky.
Do you sneak off and buy clothes?
For my family, yeah.
And the truth will set you free.
Right there.
You gonna have to
Look,
leave.
Mr. Energize on here. He said no.
Listen.
Hey, we got Chicago in the house because
Okay. Okay.
Gwen, welcome to the show.
Okay.
That is
Next
funny.
one. Okay. So we know that that's
just
one
gonna
that we
top
have to
on
come back again.
That's
Come
too
back
vague.
next
That's
time.
too vague.
Part 2.
Do women catfight?
With
Some
other
women, yes.
Some
Thank you,
women.
some women.
Women who are not
Some
secure with
women.
themselves. If they're not
Some women.
secure with themselves, then yes.
Some
Okay.
women, yes.
Yeah. I
It's
always
insecure.
go with it's an exception to every rule,
Yeah.
or it's an exception to everything somebody
He's trying to
says.
be peaceful.
Just
Gotta
like
be-
most, just like
we
most
coming
men,
off the
He's
show.
trying to
You
not
gotta
get in
cool it
trouble.
down back to
Yeah.
so they can come back. There's a lot of people on the
It's
live. So
just like most men that cheat are insecure
Yes.
because they got to hear how good they are from the next
Correct.
person.
Correct.
So go ahead. That's
Yeah.
another story.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
okay.
All right.
Okay.
Are all men liars?
No.
No.
Yes.
all men are telling
Yes.
lie now.
Hey, no.
Oh, he
Yes.
said
yes.
No. Yes.
Let me tell you why. We're protectors.
Okay. Yes. I'm a co-sign
So
on that.
if you say lying depends on what it is, we're not going to tell you certain things to protect you.
Okay, well, it goes back to the women being sneaky.
Yeah, but that's what I just said. All women are what? I said y'all were sneaky.
Okay, well then I'm saying that it's conditional. Men
Yeah.
can be liars and women
Conditional.
can be
Yeah.
sneaky, but it
Okay.
doesn't necessarily have
It's
to
not
be
a
in a bad
bad
thing.
Yeah, not a bad thing.
Okay. All right.
All right.
We got 2 more, and then we're done. We'll move on to the next thing. Who is more flirty, women or men?
Me?
It's personality, baby.
Yeah, it's
Thank you.
personality.
It's personality,
It's personality.
baby.
I love he's my
Because
brother.
I am flirty, but not in a bad way.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I'm doing
I
it to
have
get
a
a
flirty
discount.
personality,
But the
but it's
question is
not.
what?
Who is more flirty, men or women?
It's personality.
It depends.
It depends.
Personality.
So it don't matter.
It does,
depends.
it's men
Yeah.
or
So
women.
So the
It's,
answer
it
to
can
the
be
question
equal.
is,
It can be.
depends.
It
It's
can be
about the
both.
same. It's a tie.
It's a tie.
It's a
It's
tie.
like R.
It's a
Kelly. I'm a
tie.
flirt.
Tie. But I'm not.
Okay.
I'm a
I'm
flirt.
not flirty to try to get with you. I'm just flirty, playful.
Trying to get
Right.
a discount.
Yeah. I'm trying to get into the concert.
Can I
for
get
free.
these fries for free,
Yeah,
baby? Your show looking good, girl.
Upgrade that.
Listen,
You're like my brother. My
What's
brother is
your-
like that for
my
real.
mom
Like,
did say,
What's your one more?
use
did
what
you get
God
another
gave
ticket?
you.
Okay, last one.
Use what God
Who
gave
is
you.
more apt to act on an advance?
It
Probably
depends
a
on the
man.
person.
That depends. That's
You
the
say a
same
man?
thing.
I think a man.
No.
If it, but it does depend. But I think if a woman is making an advancement,
Uh-huh.
I think a man is more likely to act on it.
That's not true
Man.
because I'm turning them down left and right now.
Okay, that's you.
Because
Oh.
that's what I'm saying. It depends on the person and what it is.
And I agree with you.
Yeah,
I-
because here's the deal. You and that's not being arrogant or nothing like
Right,
that.
right,
I'm
right.
saying I recognize the
you're
position I'm in.
discerning, and you're
Yeah.
discerning.
Discerning.
Yes,
And I'm recognizing too, people look at certain position and power when it comes to men.
that's
so
true.
they all
Good
women will do
Mhm.
certain
Yes.
things,
Mhm.
and you be like, "Whoa, play
To
hold up.
trap you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see you already."
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so.
And I tell you a sign. So if you talk to a guy and be like, "Hey, baby, he dropped something." Whoever dropped something, don't drop nothing. Like I don't like it. See, don't whoever dropped something, then you know what's
I'm like, I dropped my cigar.
Oh,
But
now somebody gonna
Hold
drop
on.
something today. Charles said, no, Charles didn't. Anyway, last 2 things, and these don't have to be personal. This should just be like, man, I've been living life long enough to say these are 2 do's and 2's don't of a relationship. It don't have to be personal. It can just be I'm trying to help somebody. 2 do's, 2 don'ts.
ladies first.
Definitely, when it comes to relationship, number 1, do have Christ focus centered in your life first.
Amen.
That's a do. Yeah.
Make Christ your foundation. That's a do, a must.
Mhm.
The other do is never stop communicating, even when it's hard, even when they're on your nerves, even when you feel like you're always the one that does it first.
Mhm.
Never stop communicating, because if you truly believe that person is the one for you, it's going to be work. And it's not 50-50. Sometimes it's 70-30. Sometimes
Mhm.
it's 60-40 the other way, but keep doing that. Do not talk bad about your mate on social media.
Ah,
Just don't do that.
good.
Don't
The laundry is outside.
badmouth your
Laundry outside.
Yeah, that's the lunch is outside.
Yeah. Don't badmouth your mate to anyone. Period. I mean, unless it's your ace, like homie, ride or
Won't get
die.
out.
Don't do that. That's
And
just
even then, be
ugly.
careful.
Yeah.
True.
Look,
true.
Judge Wilson gonna say men cheat.
She cheat.
Yo, men.
Don't do my sister.
Yeah. And AJ, he just laughing, and Jeremiah all the way in Mississippi laughing. See how they goes on Black Wall Street, Greenwood. Don't laugh, join in. Anyway, come on. So we got your 2 do's and your 2 don'ts.
The social media was the
social
big
media.
one.
Don't air it out there.
Yeah, don't. And don't hold a grudge. If you really care about
Talk
that
about
person, don't hold a grudge. If you're gonna forget. And even though it's hard to, even though it's hard to forget,
Don't want to see you forgiveness.
talk about it. Because the more say, I'm still struggling with this. I know you're sorry for it, and I forgive you, and I want us to move forward. But it hurt me so deeply. I'm struggling. And that's the best way to move past something that hurt you. Nobody's saying don't be hurt. Nobody's saying just get over it. But be true to your feelings to your partner.
Good counsel.
That's it. Big
Yeah.
room, 2 do's, 2 don'ts to a relationship.
Ooh, don'ts. I would say the don'ts: do not allow outside counterparts in your business.
Yeah.
Don't allow people to tell you how your relationship is supposed to be.
Oh, I
Because
love
what
that.
works for you is not going to work for
Yes.
them. What works
Yeah.
for y'all, what works for that relationship, with this relationship, y'all might not. I do the dishes only, or I do whatever.
Right.
Whatever works for y'all, that's your
Yeah.
business.
That's right.
Keep them out of it.
Mm-hmm.
The other don't is don't never not show up.
Never. Don't. That's a
Don't
lot
That's a
of
double negative.
That's
That's a double
negative.
negative.
Don't never not.
Don't
That's-
never not show up.
Yeah.
Show
So
up.
that means
Okay.
it's
Show up.
That's
Show
what
up.
he means.
Yes.
Show up. Be there, be present, and be able to have a listening ear. You took some others, and then the what was the other one? The do's.
The dude.
Yeah.
The
That was
dues.
kind of a dual. Do it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that's
was
kind of
kinda
dope. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
on both
The
sides.
do is know yourself first.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Know yourself first,
Yeah.
and then also I would say, which you always talk about God and all, but also know yourself first, and then know what it is, how to relate that to your partner, or be able to understand them. So I always say be able to communicate in a different way, but know yourself first.
I love
be
that.
Know
and be
their
true.
love
like that.
language.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
language. Being
Yeah.
true to the 5 love languages. Be true to yourself
Yeah.
Right.
and to them.
Yeah.
Right.
Just be honest. It's
Yeah.
going to hurt, but
Yeah.
I'd rather be honest with you, saying, hey, this is where I am, versus
Mhm.
it's just like if I tell somebody, well, you're not going to be the only one, or you're not going to be this. It's your choice now. Give them
Right.
the choice.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah.
Give them the choice.
Mhm.
All right. Damali?
That was going to be one of my dues, is to give the other person a choice.
Mhm.
You know, don't make me the other woman, and
Yeah.
I don't
Right.
know about it.
Right,
Let me
right.
decide if I want to be the other woman.
Right.
The concubine. That's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know.
Kings had concubines. It's in the Bible. Don't start with me.
Come on, Damali. What's your 2 do's? 2
Okay.
don'ts
And
in a
then
relationship?
the next one I would say is listen and communicate, because I think it's both. Sometimes you just got to shut up and just listen,
Mhm.
and then other times you got to share. You know, but be able to share what it is that you are feeling, and precisely.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the other thing, so the don't share intimate information about your significant other with the homegirl.
Yes.
Don't
'cause
share?
They coming. They coming.
coming for you.
No leeway. Yes.
Because they
Don't
will
share.
come. You tell them.
See,
then
we
the
don't even know. We
girlfriend
didn't even know.
Oh, I know. Because the
You know?
girlfriends show up. Hey, I turned. Whoa, you ain't even supposed to be here.
That's a song. Everything we say is a song. You're not supposed to be here.
How did you get here?
Right? How did you get here? You are not supposed to be here. No matter what your
And then my
dues.
last one is no, it's a don't. My last one is it's a don't, and it's don't let people tell you who you can or cannot be with. You know, people will see you and because they're like, oh, I can't really pull them, but I'm gonna tell her, girl, you don't need to be with him because he this, he that, he this.
Yes.
Because really they're trying to save him for themselves. They
Misery
hoping and
loves
praying,
company.
you know, that they're gonna be able
They
to
ain't
draw 'em.
happy.
So
They don't want you to be happy.
exactly,
Mhm.
yeah, exactly. All
My
right, that's
time.
my two. It's
I
your
didn't even
time.
think about mine, so I'm just coming right.
Off
This
the
is gonna be
dome.
scary.
Off the
Oh,
dome.
This
God.
gonna be scary.
Now
This
they
is
gonna
gonna
be
be
scared.
good. I'm turning my chair
I
around.
know,
This is gonna be
I know.
good.
We all
What
like
you
this
got?
here.
We
Like,
leaning
I'm
in.
gonna say
Let's go to
the 2 don'ts.
Oh, the
Okay.
two don't.
The
Okay.
2 don'ts. I'll go ahead.
Okay.
Don'ts. Don't cheat.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think that's pretty easy.
That's
You don't want to
kinda
do that.
obvious.
Yeah, you don't do that. Don't do that. And then my other don't is don't come to a conclusion until you get all of the facts.
Yes, okay. That is a very
That's
good. That's a
Jury.
very
That's
good
fair.
point.
Okay,
Yes,
that's
that is a
good.
very
Good.
good point.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Punt number 1. Okay, punt number 2. What you got?
And then the do's is do give yourself time to be ready.
Oh,
You know, if you in one relationship
yes.
and one set, give yourself time to actually be ready.
yes.
Don't just jump in the game too
Come on,
fast.
man.
Can I do that? So I'll say that's
Yes.
one thing.
That's
That's
good.
That's it.
one
Mhm.
do. And another thing is to do not, when you have a relationship, keep calling your mom and daddy all
Oh,
the time about, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, you don't do
You in
that.
a relationship, you
Yeah.
always like, we decided something. We're gonna
Yes.
buy a house, we're gonna buy a car, and then the next time, well, I talked to my mom and my dad, and what they had said was,
That caused
yeah.
a divorce.
yeah,
Yeah.
you don't want to do that.
So
Anyway.
so do actually separate from mama and daddy and,
Yes.
and cleave to
Someone-
your partner.
Come on,
We're
Bob.
gonna have y'all come back again, but we got to take a break. Thanks so much,
Yes.
Jolie.
Yes.
Give her a hand,
This was
y'all.
fun.
Yeah,
Big group,
y'all
give her a
did
hand.
good. Yes.
Can I ask one
This was
question?
fun.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Is it cheating if they agree?
Listen, he done opened a
No, we
whole
can't-
nother
we
can
can't
of
do
worms.
that.
That's a whole
Part
nother
two. To be
conversation.
continued.
That is
To be-
another
That's
show.
a to be continued.
Yes, that is
No, that's a
another
to be
show
continued. That's
altogether.
another show.
Yeah,
That's
y'all
another
gonna
show.
come back.
'Cause that-
Y'all will come back.
I got
To
a
be
whole
continued.
lot of stuff to
Look,
say
we're
on
gonna have
that
them like
one.
this on the flyer saying to be
A whole
continued.
lot of stuff to
Look,
say on that.
KBOB
I'm getting
89.9 FM news. You can use what men think, what women think, this or that, and all of that.
Yes.
We'll be back, y'all.
I just got punched around here.
Oh, yes, it's bingo night. Bingo! And the money right. Bingo! It's bingo night. Oh, what a night. Oh, what a night. Every first and third Tuesday, starting February 4th, it's bingo night at 36th Street North Event Center. Bingo night. Bingo nights at 36th Street North Event Center. Every first and third Tuesday, with lots of cash and prizes to be given away. Doors will open at 6 p.m. and sessions start at 7 and 8 p.m. Game packs starting at only $25. And you could win big. 36th Street North Event Center, 1125 East 36th Street North. Bingo nights. So grab your auntie and uncles and enjoy bingo nights at the 36th Street North Event Center. Concessions and refreshments will be available. And bingo nights at 36th Street North can be enjoyed in a smoke-free environment. Bingo night every first and third Tuesday starting February 4th at 36th Street North Event Center. For more information, call 918-200-9046. Bingo Nights is presented by the 36th Street North Event Center and NYCU.FM. Cash and prizes are based on minimum attendance requirements.
Looking to take your event to the next level with professionalism and energy? Contact World One Development. We host events, have radio personalities, offer community engagement and videography. We also do live radio remotes, red carpet appearances, create promos, event recaps, drops, and flyers. We also create customized advertising packets to promote your business, organization, or program. Visit our website at world1development.com. You can also reach us on social media at World One Development.
The 36th Street North Event Center is proud to kick off another great season of social gatherings with family and friends. And no matter what the size of your next event, the 36th Street North Event Center has you covered. From event decor to live DJs, even catering, and a world-class sound and lighting system, 36th Street North has your event covered. We offer a state-of-the-art event booking and planning process from start to finish. And whether you're hosting 100 or 1,000, 36th Street North Event Center is the premier event center of North Tulsa, located at 1125 East 36th Street North. Share the experience at 36th Street North Event Center and see why we are the number one choice for upscale events, from weddings to birthdays, corporate functions, holiday parties, and so much more. Visit us today at 36theventcenter.com or call and reserve your spot at 918-200-9046.
KBOB 89.9 FM World One Development News. You can use Charles and Damali. We got all our people up in here.
We got all the folks.
Are back.
Yes.
And we have another special guest live in studio, Damali.
We do. We have my childhood friend.
Yes.
And a community member that has been very vested in what goes on with the community's health right here in our community. Mr. Reggie Ivy is in the building. How you doing, Reggie?
I'm doing great.
Yes, good. We're glad to see you. Glad you are here. And so we were telling people last week about Northside Neighbors and that, what was going on with the festival and all that. And then we got rained out.
Right.
So we didn't get to have the festival, but we gave away burgers.
Yes.
So it was not all in vain.
Still serving community.
Still serving community.
And
so what's the latest? Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to do this because it's thousands and
Yes.
thousands of people on. We're on 17 different platforms and they are just loaded. So I do want you to have the opportunity just a little bit about who you are and what you do so
Yes.
that'll be established.
Absolutely. My name is Reggie Ivy. I'm the executive director of Northside Neighbors. We are in the neighborhood,
Yes.
930 East 36th Street North.
Yes.
But we're doing work around mixed and diverse housing, bringing more to that 36th Street corridor,
Yes.
bringing economic vitality to the area, improving schools, and lastly, bringing a sense of community wellness in third places to 36th Street North.
Yes, absolutely. You guys are doing a great work, and we are so happy that you are there to make sure that that community and that area of North Tulsa is actually thriving.
Absolutely.
We need that so
Yes.
bad.
And I went to the meeting last night at Crossover.
Yes.
And the way they put that meeting together with the information
Yeah.
and it making it so inclusive. So
Right.
like the police officers was there. You had
Yeah.
the BC Franklin leader that was there as well. Then Ed was doing a great job.
Right.
They was talking about the houses and how to get them and what you need to qualify. So you said it when you was here last. You're going to make sure you communicate with the community and that we was going to do this together.
Sure.
And at this point, man, you are so true to your word and we greatly appreciate
Yeah.
that.
Well,
Richard.
thank you for saying that. Our goal is to do it by, with, and for the community. And so
Yes.
we're not successful unless the residents are on board with what we're doing.
Yes. So how are we doing on surveys in this area?
Well, we could do a lot more surveys.
Okay.
And so engaging with the residents who live in Hawthorne and Whitman is what we're trying to do to get 340 surveys completed by
Okay.
the end of summer.
Okay.
It takes about 45 minutes to complete the survey.
Mhm.
If you're interested, you can call me at 918-693-7466, and I'll make sure that a surveyor comes to you, or you can come to us and we can get that survey done. And then you get a $25 Quick Trip gift card.
Okay.
So for your time, we're going to give you a $25 gift card.
To me, that seems like a fair
it
exchange.
Seems like I'm probably going to do a survey every week, like once a week.
Right.
So
Like,
if
hey,
I
I'm
only
back.
only once, well, I'll be there once. Now, let me say this: last time you was here, y'all did not have a location, but something was in the works. Do y'all
Right.
not currently have a location?
We have a location. We
Yay.
are there. We are there. We are west of Crossover Clinic.
Mhm.
And
Okay.
so it's a black and white building.
Mhm.
And for a landmark, we're connected to the liquor store.
Uh-oh.
Hey, people be able to find you real quick.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I know exactly
Yes.
where that is. Okay, we wanted you to come in today because we know that it's a lot that you have going on, and we want to make sure that our community stayed locked into those details.
Mhm.
So, what do you have for the people today?
Next week, if you are looking
Next
for a job, please show up at the
Yes.
36th Street North Event Center from 10 to 2. We're going to have a North Tulsa job fair.
Yes.
We're targeting residents who live in this community. So this is a partnership between Northside Neighbors and Northside Neighbors and Urban Strategies.
Okay.
And we're really excited to bring this opportunity to North Tulsa residents, but we're doing it in a big way. So we're not just targeting 2 neighborhoods, we're targeting the entire community.
Mhm.
And our goal is to make sure that people who want to be employed can become employed. So the employers that are going to be there, they're going to be hiring on the spot. So you want to
man.
dress for success, bring your resume, come
Yes.
prepared for a job.
Yes.
And so really excited about this. But next Tuesday, 36th Street Event Center, 10 to 2.
Okay.
10 to 2.
And we're going to feed you too.
oh,
What?
We're going to
y'all
feed you.
having?
Come get lunch.
so
having?
you're gonna keep you.
That's
Now,
a
here's the-
secret.
Oh,
Jamali, this is when I'm listening to this is what I'm thinking because we're always in the community, whether it's EdRec, the event center, on the radio.
Mhm.
Here's the ticket. A lot of people say, "What man, I need to get a job."
exactly.
People trying to have more stability with their kids and
Mhm.
all of that stuff. Well, all that stuff starts with getting a job. And
That's
you
right.
said some will be hiring on the spot.
On the spot.
Yes.
Second
yes.
part to that is housing is coming available now.
Right.
So what you got to do, you got to get in position. You got to get a job. You got to have some pay stubs. You got to do some of those things. things. So, Reg, I see what you're doing.
Mhm.
I see what you're doing.
Right.
So nobody's gonna have an excuse, Damali,
Yes.
on why you can't have a house and a
Mhm.
car and
That's
those
right.
stable things that you need, because he's bringing it to your community. I don't even know if I've ever heard of a job fair,
Mhm.
on that corridor right there. Not that my little 10, 15 years that I've been there. So see, you going way back.
Yeah.
You way back in 1975. Come
Don't
back.
do.
Come back. I don't know. But so that's why I'm excited about it, because now you can walk there, you can ride the bike, you can ride the bus, but you
That's
can get
right.
there. So next Thursday again, let's make sure we give them that
Tuesday.
in for
It's
Tuesday.
Tuesday.
Next
Yes.
Tuesday
Mhm.
at the 36th Street North Event Center from
Yes.
10
To 2.
to 2
Yes.
p.m. We're going to be there.
Yes, we are looking forward to it. Thank you, Reggie, for being such an awesome partner. Up from the health department to now what you're doing with Northside Neighbors. We really appreciate that, because that's what we need in our community. We all have to come together. We cannot do this work in a silo.
Right.
We've all
Right.
got to work together and come together to make these things happen. So we've got a great partnership, and we're just looking forward to it. So we look forward to seeing everybody on Tuesday. Remember, dress for success.
Do you have
That is the key.
website, Facebook, anywhere where people, if they just kind of want to follow what's going on?
I'm gonna leave this flyer with you.
Okay.
And so if you all can really promote that out, but there's a
Got it.
QR code on that flyer, and so we're trying to get people to register, but registration is not required.
Okay.
So you can just show up.
Yeah.
And we'll make sure that the businesses are ready for you. We're going to have some resource tables there. We'll have lunch for you. And if you want to complete your survey, we'll have surveyors there. You can complete your survey while you're there.
That's perfect. And we have actually posted this flyer on our social media pages already. So I'll make sure that I repost it so that it's at the top, so that people can, just go right there and go right to it. So they'll see that QR code.
Yes.
But thank you so much again for
Sure,
coming in and hanging out with us. We appreciate that. And you're welcome at any time.
Thank you all so
Yes.
much. I appreciate it.
Okay,
Yes.
like a good neighbor, Reggie Avi is there.
It's State Farm.
I know, but Reggie's there too. Anyway, y'all, we're gonna take a break. This KBOB 89.9 World One Development News you can use. We got 2 more guests because it's Juneteenth weekend,
Yes.
and there's a lot of great stuff going on. But find out something that you just might not want to miss. Coming up next, we got 2 more special guests.
Sound familiar?
And I'm
Well,
Damali
guess
Wilson.
what? Sounds like you need the Last Stop Shop. The only name you need to know. The Last Stop Shop. Area's #1 mobile mechanic service. And they come to you. They get you
And we're gonna be
running
here
or
every
stopping
Wednesday.
again. From brakes to starter, alternator, generator, RV, even welding repair. They also do mobile fleet maintenance and mobile oil changes. Like I told you, this will be the last stop you ever make. Call the Last Stop Shop. Tulsa area's #1 mobile mechanic service at 918-405-3970. That's 918-405-3970, and they'll have you back up and running in no time. Mention you heard this ad on KBOB 89.9 and receive 10% off your first service. Who you gonna call? The Last Stop Shop. Tulsa area's #1 mobile mechanic service. That number again is 918-405-3970.
Are you or someone you know just as involved? Are you or someone you know in need of support services? Don't worry, Fitting Back In got you covered. We offer life skill workshops, career development, job search, substance abuse counseling, and more. We are located at 2121 North Harvard Avenue, Tulsa, Oklahoma, 74115. Give us a call at 918-592-3500. Follow us at Fitting Back In Tulsa. Also, visit us on our website for services at www.fittingbackininc.org. Our services are available only in Tulsa County.
The Juice Radio Show and KBOB 89.9 would like to say thank you to all of our listeners and sponsors who donate to help keep our media program alive, reaching the community. The Juice Radio Network continues to expand as influencers in the community of North Tulsa and beyond, but can't do that without your help. That's why it's important that we as a community continue to support the Juice Radio Show and keep 89.9 on the air. The community not only deserves this service, but needs this service. Let's continue to support the mission and giving a voice to the voiceless and donate to the Juice Radio Radio Show. The Juice Radio Show is a nonprofit 501c3 powered by KBOB 89.9 and Eden Media Services, operating solely off the gifts, donations, and contributions made by listeners like yourself. All donations made to the Juice Radio Show are tax deductible and can be sent to 1216 North Lansing Avenue, Suite D, Tulsa, Oklahoma 74106.
It's Tulsa, Tulsa. I see you here in Tulsa. I'm in Tulsa chilling.
We appreciate your continued support and thanks for listening to KBOB 89.9 FM.
World One Development News you can use, Charles and Damali, and we are back.
We are back. So this has been a power-packed, fun show.
Right.
I think we're going to do relationships more often. So we'll talk about that in the future. But yeah, this has been a great show. So shout out and many thanks to Rodney Rue Tisdale for coming in, to Jolie Perdue for coming in and sharing her the information that she had, and then also to our very special guest Reggie Ivy.
Yeah.
But now we have two more special guests.
Right.
Another brother and a sister from another mother.
Power team.
Yeah.
Power couple.
Yes, absolutely. So if you guys have seen a lot of the new houses that are coming up in North Tulsa, there is a power couple that is behind some of those developments. They are none other than Ellison EIG. So Ellison Investment Group. See, I always want to say Ellison Construction. But Ellison Investment Group, my brother and sister, Terrell and LaShawn. How y'all doing?
Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
So excited to be here. Man, we've been trying to get on the hot seat for a long time. And I think we have actually arrived.
Y'all right.
I think we have. Yes, indeed.
Hey, let's do this. So we like to kick off because it's a family affair, just like being at grandma's house. It's a family thing. So just a little bit about yourself. Who you are, where you're from, just whatever little snippet you want to tell the people.
So, snippet. I'm LaShawn Ellison.
There you go.
Alongside my husband, my fine, handsome husband. And we are the co-founders of EIG Builders. We came to Tulsa in 2017.
Yeah.
Moved here, relocated from Houston, Texas. Never in a million years did we, H-Town, think we would be sitting in this seat talking about all the developments that we're doing in North Tulsa.
Right.
But that's a testament to, if you ask God to lead and guide you, won't he do it? Will he won't?
Yes, absolutely.
All right, Miss Ellison, a little bit about yourself.
Yep, I'm her fine husband.
I love it.
Well, I can say that because I got a fine wife.
Okay.
There you go.
But no, Terrell Ellison, like she said, we moved here from Houston. We've been married 30 years, been together since 94.
Man,
we went to so we want to be involved in that conversation on
the
marriage.
next time when we talk about what men think, what women think, y'all next.
Woo,
Y'all
I
next.
was sweating over there.
Man.
Not sitting over here, so I can only imagine what that's like. So I wasn't holding
but I'm from California. She's from Kansas City, and we went to school at Prairie View.
Shout out to the HBCU.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. In Phi Beta segment. But no, it's just been a wonderful journey. We have 3 wonderful kids, and we just like trying to be intentional at this stage in our life, and what we've been blessed with. Our steps are ordered by God. So today, we're here to kind of talk about our event that we're having. So I want to personally invite, you to a powerful experience happening this weekend.
Yes.
It's called Legacy and Lies, an immersive murder mystery dinner party set in an alternative timeline where the 1921 race massacre never happened, and Black Wall Street never failed. So where will we be?
Yes.
Let me bring. Hold on.
High hot
Yes,
topic
I love it. Yes.
Damali, did you say the massacre never happened?
Never happened.
What if it didn't? You know what I'm
if
saying?
it did? Absolutely.
Where would we be?
Where would we be?
Okay, go
What
ahead.
would
Yeah.
you see?
Go ahead.
Yes, yes.
That's deep. I like. Go ahead.
I love
okay.
it.
So you know, with that sort of theme in mind, you know, the murder mystery is it's like the reign of a famous family. You know, one of the descendants of the legacy who built the real estate empire that shaped up now, which we know is North Tulsa. So the dinner itself is sold out. But the real moment you don't want to miss is the toast to legacy. Happening Friday night from 7 to 9. The toast is where we will pause the mystery and step into the truth. It's our time to honor the brilliance of North Tulsa, what's been, what's here, and what's possible when we dream without limits.
Yes.
Okay, pause on that.
Pause right there.
Yes.
Because that's big, ain't it?
Yes.
Dream without limits.
Without
You know,
limits. Yes.
I already took
And-
my 2 drinks of water, y'all. If you don't
And,
realize
and all
now.
too often,
Yeah.
we put limits on ourselves when we don't even know we're doing it.
Right.
But when you take that top off,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
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 The ceiling is gone.
That done.
Sound like you
Right,
said the
it's
ceiling
over.
is.
The ceiling
It's
is
over. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean that's great when we step back and look at ourselves as blacks, as young professionals, and being able to have a legacy, what we want to leave our kids, what you want to leave your kids.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
And
Sure.
so anyway, just back to it's being hosted by NDA Haas, and the storytelling is led by none other than Vondell Burns.
the brilliance.
Yeah.
The brilliance.
Yes.
One of the most brilliant minds around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Howard graduate.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
So she, who's been the strategic growth and storytelling advisor for the whole experience. So expect live DJs, visuals, and powerful reflections. The first 100 guests will receive a glass of champagne to take part in the celebration. This isn't just an event, it's a tribute to legacy, a celebration of vision, and a call to believe in the future of our community.
Drop
Yes.
the mic.
Drop the mic just like that. Now let me
It's
go back to the
over.
details because there's so many
Yeah.
people on. So the dinner you said is sold out.
Yeah.
That's
Yes.
gone. But the toast to the legacy. Now, if they want to be a part of that toast to the legacy, where do they need to go to
They
be a
need to
part of
go
that?
to our website, eigbuilders.com.
Mhm.
And on there, you will see the toast,
The link.
the link to the toast.
Okay.
And so you need to RSVP.
Okay.
So make sure you're not 99 or 103.
Right.
Now, let me say this now. As soon as I got, I'm only saying this because I don't want to be outside with champagne only. Now, see, I reserved I did it immediately.
Yes.
What I'm saying is I'm hungry. I'm hungry before I even get there.
There
So,
will be, you know how they put it, light hors d'oeuvres.
Light-
Light
You
hors
said you said-
d'oeuvres. There will
I
not be
love
a
it.
whole meal,
Right. Yeah.
but there will be a whole lot of fun.
Emphasis on light.
Is it-
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, well, just come dressed in your best morning elegance
Come on.
and be part of something that feels sacred, bold, and necessary.
Mhm.
So trust me, this is a moment you'll want to say you were there and part of.
And so what time is this?
That is from 7 to 9.
7 to 9. Okay.
Right. And I
This
On
don't,
Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah, this Friday.
and I'm just gonna say this because it's so many people on the local, national, and international. But we always get on and tell people it is such a vibe in Tulsa.
Man.
Yeah.
I'm not
Yes.
from here originally. You're not from here originally. You're not. But speak to just how it is and the buzz and the energy in Tulsa and the opportunities right now.
Man, I mean, Tulsa is so ripe
Mhm.
right now.
Mhm.
And I had no idea upon moving here back in
Right.
2017,
Right.
but it didn't take me long to figure it out. Once we moved here, we moved to Owasso, but North Tulsa was calling our name.
Uh-oh.
Mhm.
And we
Mhm.
finally answered. And I'm so glad we did because you're right. The vibe is alive and well.
Right.
Well, can I just to add to that, part of our intentionality of how we build and where we build is because when we moved here, transferred here, the realtors never even took us to
No.
North Tulsa.
Mhm.
Man.
I mean, granted, they didn't have anything we would want to live in because it's all shotgun houses. And So that meant that was the opportunity because, mama and them grandkids go to college and they're pretty successful and they may want to move back, but they got to go to Jinx and to get a 4-bedroom and, get something comfortable, So, part of our bills, we have 3 echelons or 3 tiers. We have our mid tier to 300 to 450. And then we have a top tier. The big daddy. Right. Yeah. but then, later on,
actually coming up soon.
We're going to the
that's into the affordable home market.
Exactly.
Because that's where the need is. We
are
13,000 homes short.
When we need 4,000 today.
That part.
Well, actually, we needed them yesterday. And to that point, so I'm a Tulsa native, and when I purchased my home, so I actually went through a first-time home buyers program, and when I was ready to purchase my home, there was nothing in North Tulsa. I wanted to live north, but there was nothing in North Tulsa for me to purchase at that time. I actually moved to Owasso in 1998. Because it was just nothing, here for me to get, and so I ended up, moving into a housing. Charney was the builder out there to a housing addition that they were just starting out in Owasso. And so, to your point, that North Tulsa is where a lot of us want to be, but there just wasn't any developed, there no inventory here in our own community. So kudos to you guys for answering the call, seeing the need, and then answering the call, because I have now had the opportunity to go through many of the homes that you guys have built, and have watched them and watched you guys grow. And you guys are doing a phenomenal job. And I'm not just saying that because I'm your sister, because if it was trash, I would say it's trash. But
not on the radio.
Yeah, but not on the radio. I wouldn't say it to y'all.
Let's do this. There are so many people all over, and a lot of people are thinking about coming here and want to live in this area. So do you want to send them to your website, your social media, or any of those things so they can follow you guys, get in touch?
Absolutely. Thank you for the opportunity for that. But our website is very simple. It's EIGbuilders.com.
Right.
EIGbuilders.com. You can also check us out on social media platform at EIG Homes.
Okay.
Yeah. Also, you will see the houses that we're going to have available. We also do midterm rentals.
Yes.
So if you want to come to Tulsa and just check the situation out, we have something for you. If you want to come to Tulsa and just say, you know what, I'm ready to put my feet on the ground here. We got something for you. So we cover all the bases.
Right.
Houses for sale, houses for rent.
Our
name is Plenty. We got plenty.
And that's what I try to tell people sometimes. It's not that the opportunities are not there. You also have to be looking for them. Like you said, people send you somewhere else, but when you came, you could see opportunities. So I'm just saying, a lot of people sometimes, Damali might be here all of their life. And not see the opportunity that you guys seen here. But now they have hope for it because they see how y'all are moving. So we do greatly appreciate it. Now, you see what we did, Damali. Now we had Reggie Ivy on first, where you can get a job and get your credit and get your stuff together. Now we come right behind that with builders and developers. Y'all see that? Y'all see how we did that? So nobody in our community has an excuse to not be able to get in the game of life.
And I'm gonna tell you, even outside of life, one of the things that we're excited to talk about when we talk about legacy, right? Legacy building starts with real estate. If you ask me, that is my opinion. That is one of the oldest, and I'm gonna say only ways, maybe quickest ways, right? To build wealth. And that's what we want to hone in on Friday, is just telling the community that wealth building is right at your fingertips. But you got to choose it. Right.
And I love what you said about being intentional. I mean, you have to be intentional because it's a discipline. You have got to be literally thinking about your credit, what your credit score is, and how you show up, because how you show up determines what you're going to be able to get.
Damali, I'm gonna go to the live because there's so many people on. So Miss Broom is on. She's saying what's up to y'all. Of course, Jolie is still on. Jolie, you still haven't left the building yet. AJ, Mr. Energizer, Fred, he's still on with us. And Jeremiah out of Mississippi, he's still hanging in. Mom, your mom, Michael is still on. Kimmy, he's a builder.
Hey,
I met him last night. Dr. Choice out of Fort Worth is in here. Patricia, Maybelle Wallace.
Yeah, Miss Maybelle is still on. Hey, Miss Maybelle.
She's still hanging there. Mandy Moore.
Yes.
We also have on down here. We got Faye Cartwright. Live in Nicole Travis over there at TDC.
Hey.
She's
in here.
Oh, hey, Nicole.
Yes.
That's your people, huh?
Yeah,
She said, yeah. Judge Tanya Wilson. She's live in studio.
Yes, hey.
On with us. Natasha Mitchell is on. Wendell Broughton out of Chi-Town is in here. Karen is on. Robert Mitchell Sr. is on. Look, y'all, I love all y'all. Erica Beal.
Hey.
It goes on and on, y'all.
Yeah,
we love you. Appreciate y'all tapping in. So what we're going to do is we have to kind of get to whatever our hot topic and some of those things. But before we switch, I just want to say, when you're able to build and do things, it's not easy. So I want y'all to think about it because we ain't gonna do it now, but leave the people with some tips, ways that when you do get into some of these spaces, you trying to make it, ways that you make sure you don't give up, because it's not just an easy, but you can get it done. So think about a couple tips that you can leave for the people. If you come to Tulsa, be ready to do these 3 things. Damali.
So we're gonna go ahead and hit our hot topic. Is that what we want to do?
Yeah.
Hold on just a second. We're gonna get our drop.
If you want to, we can just roll on to it.
Let me see.
Said she wasn't ready. Just go ahead and go to it.
Okay. All right. So our hump day hot topic.
Just go to it.
Yeah. Hump day hot topic. Okay, so our number one hot topic, and we're just only going to do one today because we're so over on time, is Morris Brown College is engaging with displaced Job Corps students. Find out how. There we go. Here's the drop.
Hey, guess what day it is? Hump day! Hump day! It's hump day!
Hey, Mike. Ladies and gentlemen,
All new KBOB 89.9 FM, Black on Black Community Radio.
And now it's time for the Hump Day Hot Topics with Charles and Damali.
Hey, guess what day it is? Hump day! Hump day! It's hump day!
Hey, Mike. It's the Hump Day Hot Topics on news you can use.
All right, Mike, with that drop. All right, so Morris Brown extends a hand to Job Corps students. Now, if you guys don't know, Morris Brown is a HBCU.
Right.
And you might have heard in news, and we talked about it on our show, about the Job Corps program. Actually, it was frozen. They froze all funding, and then they ended up saying we're doing away with the program altogether.
Yeah, and they had to be out by like June 20th or something, all shut. And we was like, what in the world? Charles is actually a product of Job Corps. Right.
And several of our family members, my siblings, went to Job Corps. And so we're just like, what in the world? Because we have these folks that are living at Job Corps, and this is how they're surviving, So anyway, Morris Brown, the president of Morris Brown is Dr. Kevin James, and he is inviting students that have been dismissed from Job Corps to apply to his school.
That's what I'm talking about.
And to me, this just felt like this is what this is all about. We got to take care of our village.
Right.
And at the end of the day, they have no control over the government funding that is received, but it's somebody needs to stand up and say, hey, we're not going to let, because now you're going to increase homelessness. On our streets. We were just talking about the fact that in Tulsa, we are 4,000 homes short right now that we need them for. So just think about the Job Corps here. If we, release all those kids on the street, where are they going to go? What are they going to do? How are they going to make money?
But you know what? That's the spirit of an HBCU.
Absolutely.
Right.
Speak on it.
It's more than just an education.
Right.
It's family. It's community.
Yep.
It's let me step in where we're needed. You are not just a number.
Yep.
So yeah, when I hear that, it doesn't surprise me, but I'm very thankful.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what people, the difference, because I went to University of Arkansas and played football, and that was the other way, 90% white and then black.
Mhm.
But boy, when I got to Langston, that
Mhm.
HBCU,
Mhm.
I
It's a
got my
whole
life
other
together,
game,
you
right,
know,
Yes.
and it's always a family affair. You can wait
Mhm.
20 years and go back to HBCU, and it's like you never left.
Right.
But most of us go back every year because we can't take it. We don't get back. All right, we want to get to our Black
Yeah.
History Trivia.
So that we just wanted to share that if you know someone who is a part of a Job Corps program and they're looking for somewhere to go, encourage them that, Morris Brown, hey,
Just like that, y'all.
They
Appreciate
looking
them
for
for
you.
stepping up.
All right. So our Black History Trivia question. So I'll go ahead and
Give y'all
repeat
a
it.
chance to answer too. When she
Oh,
asks.
Lord, and
Just
I'm so
get your
horrible
thinking
at
cap on. You good? Hold on. You in here now.
Lord.
You already in the building.
Ask me, what does MLK stand for?
Right.
There you go.
Okay, our Black History Trivia. In the African American community, which gender is more likely to be married and at what percentage? Is it A, men at 36%, B, women at 85%, C, men at 78%, or D, women at 29%? Now we had you got the answer. You got the answer. Come on, brother.
D.
You got
D.
D. Okay.
I agree with D.
You going with
so,
these?
Yeah.
Okay, the Ellisons. Y'all together.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got Pat, Manita, AJ, Natasha, and Rue all said A. Michael Brewer said B. Charles, you never did give an answer.
See, I'm still thinking about it.
Bro, come
I'm
up
going
with an
D.
answer.
The way they said D,
You going with D?
I ain't got time.
Okay.
No,
All right.
I think
And we
the
didn't
answer
get
is
Jolie before she left. She was still toiling too.
D. Yeah, she was still.
Well, how about this? If you said A, you would be correct.
Oh, wow.
According to Pew Research Center, from their 2023 American Community Survey, there are 48.3 million African Americans in the United States, or folks that identify as Black or African American. Of that number, 36% of the men surveyed are married, and 29% of the women surveyed are married.
So is
It was the
A
men.
and D?
No,
Okay.
she
No,
said
no,
men.
I said men.
Okay.
Yeah, so
okay.
it's 36%.
So
Okay.
that was D, right?
No,
D was 29.
29.
29.
Perfect.
Yeah, 29. So so the men were.
Well, all we know is we're married, and so I have no idea what's going on
Everybody
in the world.
That part.
Hey, yeah, Eli said D. Grace said that. Welcome to the show.
Yes.
Chante Johnson, welcome
Manita
to the show.
said boom.
Manita said boom like that. Tanisha Matimbo, welcome to the
Look,
show.
Eli said, I don't know nothing about married folks.
And all that jazz, just like that.
I love it.
Okay, y'all.
I
We got a
love
lot
it.
of upcoming events, y'all. We
Okay.
appreciate y'all tuning in. If you don't mind, click share. We have covered so much great information, but we finna get into this bottom half of it. We're gonna read these upcoming events.
Okay,
And y'all remember them three things now.
Yeah.
The three things before you go that you'll leave the
Oh.
people with
Okay.
to encourage them
To encourage them.
when they get here.
Okay.
Come on.
Okay, so upcoming events. Soul of Sunday happens every Sunday from 1 o'clock p.m. until 3 o'clock p.m. with Corey D. It's on nycu.fm or on Facebook at nycu.fm or Corey D. Taylor. Juneteenth, y'all,
Hey.
is this weekend.
It's
It is
going
going down. Charles and I will be the host on stage for Saturday. We'll be hosting Rolls Royce and Lakeside. The original
Going down, the
Lakeside
original
are going to
Lakeside.
be on stage as the musical entertainment. If you want any information about Juneteenth, go to tulsajuneteenth.org for activity details. Don't forget to bring your own lawn chair and hydrate.
Yep, and they Facebook and their IG is also Tulsa Juneteenth.
Yes.
Just that easy.
We want to also wish a happy Juneteenth tomorrow
Hey.
to everyone. It is a federal holiday, so non-essential government offices will be closed. So make sure that you do something to learn a little bit more about the African American culture and learn a little bit more about Juneteenth itself. So it's not just a day off. Don't just look at it as a day off.
Right.
There's going to be a genealogy workshop that's going to be held at the 36th Street North Event Center on June 20th, 21st, and 22nd. You can go to greenwoodculturalcenter.org/genealogy workshop in order to get more information. There's going to be a Meeting Veterans Where They Are event. That's going to be happening on June 25th from 12 o'clock p.m. until 6 o'clock p.m. It's going to be at the VFW local number 577, located at 1109 East 6th Street. For more information, you can contact Algenia Goodson at algenia.goodson@va.gov. The Neighborhood Festival looks like it's going to be rescheduled. We're thinking August the 7th or
Second.
2nd? August the 2nd.
Stay tuned for that.
Stay tuned for more information. All right, the Freeman's Conference has been moved to August the 8th and 9th. It's going to be at the 36th Street North Event Center. Registration information is coming soon, so stay tuned. Eli is on, so he'll be getting us more information about that soon. Jazz on the Green is going to be happening with Michael Fields Jr. That's going to be happening on August the 9th at 6:00 p.m. at Guthrie Green. It's going to be featuring Andrea Lisa, Nathan Mitchell, Hank Bila, and our very own T-Rush.
T-Rush in the house, just like that. Hey, so one more time, like high level, y'all got a huge event coming up this weekend. It is Juneteenth. We're celebrating Juneteenth. Y'all talking about legacy up in here.
Yeah.
So one more time, high level, if they want to be able to toast between 9 and 7, where do they go?
Be 7 and 9.
7 and 9.
Yeah,
They need to go to
I want that right.
eigbuilders.com. Hit the link and RSVP, and you in there.
All right.
All right. And
Perfect.
Eli put some on here. I'm just going to read this real quick, Molly, and I'm going to pass the ball back to you. Eli said several key factors to the success of Greenwood was the Freeman allotments that produced oil, gas, and agriculture. Those things were still happening after the 1921 Tulsa Race Massacre. The problem is the state started to rob Freemen of their lands. That came to a head in the 1960s. In 1907, nearly 3 million acres were owned by Freemen. By 1965, nearly 95% of the 3 million was no longer owned by Freemen, which is us,
Wow.
the 5
Wow.
civilized
Yeah.
tribes.
That's
At least got
crazy.
to give you that for Juneteenth,
Yes,
y'all.
yes, absolutely. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and hit the birthdays. Today is Uncle Chess's birthday.
Shout out to
Chester
Uncle
Ford.
Chess down
Happy
in Arkansas.
birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
Yes. Tomorrow, Lindsay Corbett has
What?
a birthday.
Tomorrow?
Yes.
On
Tomorrow's
Juneteenth
Lindsay's birthday.
Can I give a
Executive
shout
like
out?
that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I
Yes.
didn't mean to interrupt. But my son's birthday, Trenton Ellison, his birthday was yesterday.
Yesterday?
Okay, happy birthday, Trenton. All
How old he
right.
turned?
23.
23.
23.
All right.
June 20th, Shank Reiser from Rare Breed Motorcycle Club and
Big
Apostle
Shank.
Layla Codwell have a birthday.
Happy birthday, family.
And June 21st, Christy Williams from Black History Saturdays. She will have her birthday.
Well, that's a lot of good birthdays
Lot of
right
good
there. Happy
birthdays.
birthday to all of y'all.
Yeah, so don't forget, if you want to hit us up, you can hit us up on any of our social media platforms. That's World One Development, 36th Street North Event Center, EduRec Youth and Family Fun Center, Fitting Back In Prison Reentry, and NYCU.FM.
Just like that. And to the Ellisons, just in case it takes us another 3 years to get y'all back in here because y'all are so busy.
Well, now we have the fever, so
You got the fever, we'll make
we'll
it.
be knocking on your door. We want to come back.
We'll come back. Leave the people with 3 tips. You know, just 3 tips if you're coming to Tulsa, things that you want to make sure your mind is right, never get up, be encouraged, connect with the right people. Just 3 things that you figured out over this time to say, man, if you come to Tulsa, make sure you do these 3 things.
Well, so mine may be really, really high level, but I will say we were talking about legacy, we were talking about wealth, and we were talking about possibilities. If the dream doesn't require God, it ain't big enough.
Hey, that's what the faith
That's
coming in.
good.
I like
That's
that,
good. Listen, that's
That's a
drop the
mic drop,
mic. You're
right.
like, okay, we done. That's all 3 in 1.
I can't even come.
Right. I feel like, yeah.
My queen done let it down.
Okay, right?
But no, but you know, even with that, not just coming to Tulsa, but just in life, period.
Right.
You know, anything worth having is going to take a sacrifice.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
You know,
That's real.
And when we spoke in St. Louis
Mhm.
last week, and part of it was about our sacrifice.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
when we sold our house in Owasso, we lived in a camper,
Mhm.
6,000 square feet house.
I remember.
To a 60 square
Yeah,
foot
right.
camper.
But you made it work.
We made it work.
Mhm.
But that was a part of the sacrifice because we saw the big vision,
Mhm.
you know, and I want everyone to stay encouraged.
Yeah.
You know, because
Right.
right now it's just so much going on,
Yes.
and we have to stay encouraged.
Mhm.
You know, we are family.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm.
and we have our ups, we have our downs, but at the end of the day, you know, we got to stay with each other.
Yeah.
Man, that's
Yeah,
it. That's it. Hey, I'm just going to do these quick shout outs because these people have been rolling in. Teresa Brown, Coon, welcome to the
Hey,
show.
hey, hey.
Brittany M. Ferguson,
Hey,
Ernest
Brittany.
Jr. Jones, Demetrius Stanberry, Jerry McDeary. And then Miss Fortney, she said, love that. If the dream does not require God, it ain't big enough.
Mhm.
Allison Clayton, welcome to the show.
Hey, hey, hey.
Appreciate that. Okay, Demond, we got to get ready to get out of here.
Yes.
Thanks
It's
to
been
all
a
of our
crazy
special
show.
guests. Thank you to
Nice.
our producers over there, boy. They
Yes.
is managing this thing. It's a lot to
Right.
manage on
Yeah.
the train track, but we got through the mountain.
Yes, got through. So we want to just make sure, and I would say just my last words is, you know, hang around people that are going to bring life to what it is that you're doing.
That's it.
You know, if you notice, all of these people that have been on the show today, they're really our friends.
Right.
And they do some amazing things, you know, and when we say there are many great things happening in North Tulsa, these are the folks that we hanging around.
Right.
So it's like, we don't get to have a bad day. You know, when we come in and we like, hey, y'all, they like, hey, we got stuff to do. You know, we got to go over here. We got to go do that. Or I'm grabbing them saying, hey, y'all come go with us. Because we're trying to do things that are positive. We're trying to leave legacy. We're trying to build wealth for that next generation. So just get around people who are positive and that are trying to do something.
And we'll wrap it up with that. To reach us here on the show for advertising, hosting, marketing, promos, community engagement, or to appear live on our show, go to nycu.fm and complete the form. One of our staff members will reach out to you. Please subscribe and stay up to date on all the latest happenings and receive all the breaking news first. This has been News You Can Use. I'm one of your hosts, Mr. Charles Harper.
And I'm Damali Wilson.
And we live every Wednesday from 1 p.m. until we get off. We love y'all. Happy Juneteenth.
Oh, I forgot. We doing something different this week. Yes. Okay. My bad. Sorry. Okay. Let's see. The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program belong solely to the host and their guests, and not necessarily to this station, organization, committee, or other group or individual associated with KBOB 89.9 FM.
Hey,
Love y'all.
cousin Lori. I see you on there, Lori Campbell.
Hey, cousin
with the
Lori.
hearts in the air.
That's another one that we hang with.
I'm gonna do a selfie with y'all headphones on.
See y'all later. We out. Y'all have a good week.
Thank you.